Welcome back to episode 333 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. My name is Josh. I've got the sniffles, but I'm all right. I'm here with Phil and Baba Louie. What's up, boys?
Hello?
Nada.
I didn't play any. See, I'm sick. Now I want to do this because I like it.
It's your friendly neighborhood hockey-loving goofballs. Welcome to the Gong Show.
I picked up a cold in
That was
Saskatoon.
really loud.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, I had the volume turned down.
Yes, pretty normal to me. You're both
Oh.
the same?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe
Anyways.
your volume's up. Anyways, yeah, I got a cold in Saskatoon, but I'm a survivor. This is where my wife looks at me and shakes her head because I go into complete baby mode. Of course, I can't.
It's your job. Oh, man, when I have a cold, it's lock the doors, close the blinds, get the coloring books. Let's go. I'd rather have the flu sometimes, right? You just get a fever, you're done. 2 days later, you're back. It's easier. Doesn't linger. Colds linger. Ugh, it's
Do
yucky.
you have to let it linger?
I do want to touch on one bad thing in Saskatoon real quick. So what we learned on our last show is that you don't so much love flying and didn't have the greatest time flying into Saskatoon. How was the return trip, Phil?
It was worse. No,
Really?
it wasn't worse. It wasn't as bad. I really don't like flying. I talked to Carter today and I told him I'll make an effort to drive, which I think most people would not like, but I love my truck. I love my alone time. I like peace and quiet in my truck, and I like loud music, and it's an adventure, and I can make a good adventure map of LCSs. I guess that wouldn't apply, of card stores along the way that are not local. And
Sure.
I make it my adventure to the Saskatoon show and drive back. I'll just have to take 3 weeks off of work and I'll figure that out. But
That's what I was going to say. How many weeks does it take to drive from Ottawa to Saskatoon?
3 days. It takes 3 days. Yeah. So
Oh,
36 hours. So it's 24. So no, sorry, it's 32 hours. So not as bad.
well, I don't think either Louie or I detest flying to the degree that you do, but with all of our crap, it was a pain. Like, we're driving too for a wholly different reason. It's like
You're a prisoner. They tell you to stand up, sit down, put your leg out of the aisle.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
silly.
Oh, we're married, so
Yeah.
par for the course. There, but just fired. Just fired.
Don't accept it. No, don't normalize being miserable.
I got happy news. I don't know if you guys have heard. Hockey's back.
Yeah. So happy. Happy Thursday to y'all.
Yeah.
2
let's
two
go.
days of hockey and big Sens game tonight. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Who do your Senators play game one?
The Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't know. I won't be watching, Josh, because we have our Slab Sharks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Slave to the grind.
yeah, I missed over half the season last year because of our podcast.
Well, if we keep adding more shows, then we'll see if we can miss the whole thing. But we're not doing that. We're not
Too
adding
many.
any more shows to the
Too many shows.
Too many shows. Do you have an official prediction for the season for the Ottawa Senators?
98 points,
Okay.
and they will finish second or third in the Atlantic.
What about in the postseason?
They're going to make it to the third round.
Really?
I'm hoping.
So if they get bounced in the second round, is that a disappointment, or are you
No,
still
that's
happy?
not. No, that's not. That's just me being a bit of a homer.
Mhm.
Playoffs have to be a must. Regular season, I'm actually okay if they just play decent this regular season. You got to execute when the iron is hot, and those are the teams that win the Stanley Cup. When they've turned it on, they needed a bit of the regular season to figure it out. And if you can turn it on, look at Florida, man. Both years they won the cup. One of the years they squeaked in, barely, and they won it.
At this point, do you think your Senators are good enough where if they don't make the playoffs, would it be a shocking disappointment?
Yes, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. The heads will roll. Stützle would probably get traded if we don't make the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, superstar for 2 or 3 other pieces. I mean, he's a great center. I'm glad they took him off the wing and put him on center. Centers make plays happen, and Stützle does that. But he has to step up. He has to. He if he's an NHL superstar, which I believe he is, he needs to be one, and he's not acting like one. He's close. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win Stanley Cup unless you have a big first line center that makes plays, that makes it happen.
Yeah. What do you think the plan will be after Brady Tkachuk gets hurt in the Olympics?
Oh, man, I hate you right now. I'm ignoring the Olympics. This is I'm very excited for the Olympics, but I have trauma from the Olympics with the Hasek. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Louis, now I think we've already predicted that we're pretty confident that our Wild will be better, and we're hopeful that they achieve the second round and learn what that's all about because they never seem to go there.
No.
First line center, Marco Rossi? Or should I say light?
Eriksson Ek.
Oh, okay.
He's good, but
He's a
we could
good
use another
center.
one. Any of your other teams do you have predictions for, Louis?
No. Nope.
Okay.
I'm conflicted with the Habs, man. Like, I can't. Arbor Jacki he's my whipping boy for a few years now. Can't stand him. But I love Lane Hudson. I love Colt Caulfield. I love Slavkovsky. I don't mind Nick Suzuki. You know, they have a team I like, but they're my enemies, unfortunately, starting 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 96 to 100 points for the Wild, though.
Ooh. All right. Take that. Now,
Well, just don't be injured. We'll be okay. Or
mhm.
we'll be better. How about that?
Yeah. Okay, we got a lot of updates to roll through. We'll go quick, and then we'll get into today's show, which I'm very excited about. I think we have a great one planned for you. A little bit of a rip party. We did get a couple more donations in boxes in Saskatoon, so I want to pull up our honored donors list and go there. Oh, Louis, you got the wrong one.
Why?
Oh,
That's the
production failure.
Production. In the folder was the new one.
I got my shelf of the boxes for Rip Party it's getting pretty big.
But I can you can go back to it. I think Flabbergastic was one of them who gave him and his kid were amazing. I think we talked about him in our
they
last
were
show.
so funny. Great. Thanks for the donuts.
Yeah, thanks for the donuts. Amazing. So I want to thank them for that. There still is time to get your donations in. I mean, we're up over like 65 boxes. We want to make this the biggest giveaway ever in the history of the hobby. And probably the easiest way is just to go to Mint Ink at this point. Go to mintink.ca. If you use the promo code RIPPARTY and choose in-store pickup, you not only do save 10% on your box, but then they'll just set it aside for Rip Party, and we'll get you on the honored donors list. And it makes it easy peasy lemon squeezy on everyone. You don't have to ship it anywhere, pay for that. It's a heck of a deal. So thank you to Mint Ink for that. Now that we're past Saskatoon, we are going to be knee deep in Rip Party planning. Very, very, very excited. So thank you to everyone. Oh, and our sponsors. We probably have more sponsors coming on board because I got to return some emails now that once I'm not.
Oh,
sick
David,
kids.
Mojo Fest, right on.
Yeah,
Nice. When did
yeah,
that
they're
happen?
on board. They're on
That
board.
was the first one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Hey, David.
Yeah. Hey, David. Okay. On to Reloaded real quick. We still have a few boxes left, but we're going to be selling out very soon. So if you want to get the premiere, the first edition of our repack, Gongshow Reloaded, the Founders Edition, there's 300 boxes. You'll want to go to gongshowreloaded.com. We're official. We have our own domain name. And purchase your box. It has been so much fun to see all the hits and the videos that people are posting. I kind of feel like everyone that's bought a box has posted a video, which is amazing because it makes it sort of a community thing. And then in our Discord, people have been following along all the cards that were hit. And normally, I think, or I shouldn't say normally, that's probably not fair, but many repackers that, don't maybe put as much value into their repacks would be terrified of people showing big cards with boxes left because it would make you think, oh, the big cards already hit. There's no more good cards left. But AMG, our partner, did such a good job building the checklist for this product that go for it. There's so many good cards, we don't care, right? And we're about 100% transparency. We want all the cards to be seen, and it for us, and we've talked about this before. The only poopy part for us Gong Show boys is we can't partake. We can't get high on our own supply. And so I kind of get to live vicariously through people as I watch them open their boxes. So get them before they're gone. GongShowReloaded.com.
Yeah, I just sent 5 more out today.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Phil, you got a preview of what's going down tomorrow night on Friday Nights with Phil?
No, we got to recap this first.
Oh,
The
What happened?
barbecue. Well, I don't know.
Oh.
You're fried, man.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty fried. Look at that. Yeah, that's toast. I like that shirt. Oh, it's all ruined now. My
Yeah.
You either
fedora.
got-
No, my fedora.
you either got crispy or in like a napalm attack in Vietnam.
Yes, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Settle
Mhm.
down.
But anyways, we'll move on. You little aviator, you.
All right, thanks, Louis. Yeah.
Well,
So,
given the airplane theme, I had to do something for this Friday Nights with Phil around flying.
yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. That plane looks about the right size of what I was on. So this Friday, I think we're going to have Carter Yell, who you might know from the yeah. So he's gonna come on by. We're not gonna talk about the Saskatoon show nonstop, but I just want to pick his brain a little bit. The big reason I want Carter on is the Fleer. He's our resident Fleer expert, and I have a lot of Fleer questions. I've been really getting into as you know, because of Josh's heavy influence, 2012 and 13. So I want to go over a lot of Fleer cards with Carter, because Flair is also coming out this year. So I want to get his take on that. Flair. So yeah, I think he's a perfect guy to have. I have a lot of questions, and we just had a great time with him. So he's top of mind. And I feel as though I double booked somebody as usual, and that happened last time with Carter. So I called him and said, "Hey, dude, I can't have you on Friday. Sorry, bye." And with Carter, it's easy. We're good buds. Yeah. So if you're listening and you're excited that you're going to be on Friday Nights with Phil tomorrow, just send me a DM. And I'll kick Carter
no
off.
longer on the show.
I searched the email today, and I don't know what's going on. I just got a bad feeling. Something about it.
Yeah,
but we'll see. The 10th. Yeah, no, someone else's book. Please. I hope you listen to this. We'll figure it out.
Are you gonna open an Ultimate or no?
I apologize. I didn't even mention that. Yes, I'm gonna open up a box of Ultimate. I'm gonna give away a box of Ultimate from my LCS out of the box.
Yep.
And we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay.
No show. No hockey crew gives more giveaways than the Gong Show. If they do, well, good for them. But I feel we do pretty darn good. So come tune in. Let me buy your love. Come watch me be silly, and come see Dave laugh at me.
All right. Well, here's a very interesting update. It's from GP Sports Cards, who's the official breaking partner of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. Huge week for Grant and the GP team. It's, of course, 24-25 Ultimate Collection release week. And holy moly, did Grant make a baller move, boys. Now, we know Grant loves his Ultimate Shields, and he's issued some major bounties, some big boy bounties. 300,000 Canadian dollars, I believe, in total. So that's like, what, $17 American?
Something like that.
Okay. That's a big move. How about this? $225,000 for the Wayne Gretzky shield.
Rangers. You don't see that too often.
Yeah.
Do you think Matt Lee's going to try and beat
interesting
that?
window on that. I don't love how they cut off the bottom right of the shield.
Yeah, me neither. You think there's going to be a bounty war? Think like Matt Lee is going to try and beat him on that?
I don't know, man. 225 seems very aggressive.
I hope Grant gets it, because I know when Matt
too.
gets his cards, he 4X's them for buybacks. So I think Grant's a little more reasonable on that. So
I'm
let's
be
go, Patter.
100% honest with you here. I'm always honest, but I usually don't say anything.
You love saying, "Let me be honest," though.
Those shields are ugly as all get out. Oh, they're terrible. It's horse crap.
Oh, I disagree. I think they're beautiful.
Nope.
Oh, I disagree. I like them a lot more than the modern jerseys.
I'm undecided. I'm somewhere in the middle, because what I do like about it is that they're trying a different window than the traditional shield window that like every other one seems to have. But
Are we talking the window or the shield itself? I don't like the windows too much.
The window's bad and the shield's bad.
Oh, okay. So like that Ray Bork shield is top tier. Same with the Gretzky. I like that brown. That reminds me of well, I took it down, but
well, nothing they can do about that because it's from the jerseys. So the other thing that's cool about these is these are old jerseys, given that the NHL logo is the downward sloping version. So to me, that's kind of cool. But in addition to the 225 for the Gretzky, he's placed a $50,000 bounty on Connor McDavid, 25,000 on Stevie Y, the captain, Steve Yzerman, 7,500 on Raymond Bourque, Baba Louie, there's a Mike Madonna and Pat LaFontaine both have a 7,000 bounty from Grant. You want to go ahead and make an announcement and you want to go 100K on the Madonna?
Sure don't.
What?
Nope.
Did I hear yes?
Going thrice.
Yes.
There you got him.
Wonder how fast the divorce would go through if you did that.
Okay.
A $5,000 bounty on John LeClaire. Papa Walt gets a $3,500 bounty. Keith Kitchuk and then Owen Nolan 3K.
Oh, poor Owen.
Going on. Grant will be breaking more Ultimate tomorrow night on Friday. So head to gpsportcards.com to get your spots right away. And if you got a collection to sell him, he needs to make some money to pay for these bounties. So he's always buying cards. Either call his shop, Total Sports Cards, or reach out via the GP Sport Cards Instagram account. Want to make a quick mention for private collection insurance and our guy Enzo Ferrari. Now that we're on board on Team Enzo here and Team PCI, I had my eyes open. And when we were in Saskatoon and you see $20,000 cards, $50,000 cards here, there, we saw some absolute bangers last week in Saskatoon. Yeah. And if I had to guess, there's not a lot of coverage going on in those situations. You know, these are in Zion cases. People had them in suitcases. They were trying to jam them on an airplane, fanny packs, you name it, right? And, you know, these cards have so much value. And what happens if they're lost, stolen, accidents? The fact is you need to protect yourself. If you've got any value to your collection, it is not as expensive as you think. And policies from PCI are very flexible. And I think that is a sticking point or maybe what many people don't understand. Listen, Enzo's a collector and he designed these policies knowing how cards move in and out of our collections, where we take them, we're buying, we're selling, we're trading. And where most people, I think, see like a coverage as finite. Well, you have coverage on these 10 cards. That's not how it works. If you go to a big show and you buy a big card and something happens on the way, you'll have coverage for that card. If you take your collection on an airplane and you forget it in the overhead and go on your merry way, you'll have coverage for that. I think the bottom line is talk to them. Mm-hmm. You know, take an hour of your life, see what a policy would look like, see the different scenarios that you want to make sure that you're protected. And you can do that at privatecollectioninsurance.com. I think it's well worth your time. Okay, lastly, but not leastly, our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a Patreon podcast. You can support our show for as little as $5 a month. You can be one of the first 999 supporters of our show, be a Future Watch Gonger. You forever get that title. You get access to our Discord, which has been so proud of the community that has been created there. Fantasy hockey is in full swing. Mm-hmm. There's a scavenger hunt going on right now. Like I said, with Reloaded, everyone's showing their cards. It's just a ton of fun, and it's a good source of information for us to do this show as far as like breaking news and stuff like that as well, because people post there all the time. Louis even got an F1 channel. I know how
you did, you scoundrel.
Yeah,
how you manage that. If you want to support us, it's as little as $5 a month. You can go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com. Search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description to both YouTube and podcast apps and our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Baba Louie, we have 2 new members of our fam, our community. Nice. You want to shout them out right now?
I do. We got Hockey Cardboard. Welcome aboard.
It's original.
And,
hello.
Well, I missed the cards part, but etheric cards?
Etheric
cards?
What does that mean? I don't know what that
Maybe he likes Ethereum?
Mm.
And his name's, maybe he's like Ethereum. Oh, Rick.
Or Eric? Like Ethereum Eric?
Maybe. Oh, maybe. I like Ethereum, Eric.
Okay.
Who knows?
But I'm sorry.
Gosh, you're a big crypto guy.
Buddy.
You can tell. I think you do secret crypto things on the side and don't tell anyone.
No. Ooh. Been there, done that. I'm good.
You did crypto?
I believe you.
A little bit.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Saved Cedar Smith with that win in 2019.
Good for you.
Job.
Thank you.
Want to wrote the game plan, Louis?
Yes, I will. For today, it's starting off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then it's 25, 26 preview series. We go on and we have a 25, 26 wax preview with the Grant Sandground. Josh got to sit down with him the other night and chat a little wax. After that, it's hobby news. Then it's some new product releases, and we'll touch on some of the personal pickups from the weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start off with today's show with our Get to Know Your Hall of Famer series, where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player. We started with the first Hall of Fame class in 1945 and have since been working our way to present day. For each player, we run through a quick bio, cover why you should care about them, then take a look at their hobby markets. Today's Hall of Fame player we're going to profile is Jimmy Gardner. Anyone familiar?
No,
Nope.
unfortunately not.
Well,
He can't be. He's not from Ottawa, obviously.
not from Ottawa. From Montreal. This is going to be a really good one. So this is one you're going to want to pay attention to because he did something pretty cool. James Henry Gardner was born in Montreal, Quebec in 1881 and lived until 1940, passing away at the age of 59. He was a lifelong Montreal resident. Jimmy played primarily left wing, stood 5 foot 9 inches tall, and played at a solid 180 pounds. He was, again, primarily a left winger, and in a career that lasted from 1899 until 1910, 1913, something like that, he got around. He played for, okay, got to take a deep breath here.
Ready, go.
The Montreal Hockey Club, Pittsburgh Professionals, Montreal Wanderers, Montreal Shamrocks, Calumet Miners, New Westminster Royals, and Montreal Canadiens. So definitely a Montreal guy. He started his career as professionalism was just starting to be a thing in hockey and won both amateur and professional titles. Now, we're probably still years away from professionalism on this show, but I guess that's okay. He was a two-time Stanley Cup champion in 1902 and 03 with the Montreal Hockey Club on the amateur side in the Canadian Amateur Hockey Association, and then would win 2 additional Stanley Cups as a professional with the Montreal Wanderers in 1908 and 1910. After his playing career ended in 1913, Gardner would end up coaching the Canadiens for 2 seasons, would later coach the Hamilton Tigers, and also one of Louis' most favoritist teams, the Providence Reds.
Go Reds.
Go Reds. Jimmy Gardner died in 1940 after succumbing to a lengthy illness. Okay. Why should you care about Jimmy Gardner? His story begins in the early 1900s with the Montreal Hockey Club, where he was part of the scrappy Little Men of Iron squad that captured back-to-back Stanley Cups in 1902 and 1903. Those early victories showed Gardner, though undersized, had the drive and skill to excel in an era of bruising, fast-paced hockey. In 1903, Gardner and several teammates broke away from the Montreal Wanderers, joining the Federal Amateur League. The Montreal Hockey Club, joining the Federal Amateur League. The move marked an early sign of changing times, players seeking independence and fair compensation, and Gardner right in the middle of that transformation. By 1904, he had turned professional, signing with the Calumet Miners in Michigan's International Hockey League, one of the sport's first pro leagues. Gardner thrived there, scoring 16 goals in 23 games and helping prove hockey could be a viable professional sport. The following year, he joined the Pittsburgh Professionals in the United States, one of the first true professional teams as well. Gardner's production, 10 goals, 8 assists in 20 games, helped legitimize American pro hockey at the time. It was still viewed skeptically north of the border. It probably still is. After his stint in the States, Gardner returned to Canada, playing for the Montreal Shamrocks in 1907-08 before reuniting with the Wanderers, where he soon reached the height of his playing career. Gardner helped the Wanderers win the Stanley Cup in 1908 and 1910, cementing his reputation as one of hockey's best all-around forwards. His mix of grit, intelligence, and leadership made him a valuable powerhouse to the powerhouse team of the pre-NHL era. This is where it gets nutty. Off the ice, Gardner was just as influential. In 1909, he joined J. Ambrose O'Brien and other key figures to form the National Hockey Association, the league that would later evolve into the NHL. During those meetings, Gardner was also the man who suggested the name Les Canadiens for Montreal's new French-Canadian club. He named the Montreal Canadiens.
In the Hall of Fame just for that, buddy. That's amazing.
Good job by you.
A name that still defines the sport's most storied franchise. As the NHA
Incroyable.
As the NHA stabilized, Gardner continued playing for the Wanderers, navigating the turbulent early years of professional hockey. He was known not just for a scorer, but a steadying presence in an often chaotic league landscape. In 1911, Gardner ventured west to join the new Westminster Royals of the newly founded Pacific Coast Hockey Association and served as a player-manager. He led the Royals to the 1912 PCA Championship, the Patterson Cup, demonstrating his ability to succeed both on and off the ice. By 1913, Gardner returned to Montreal to join the Canadiens, the very team whose name he had helped create. He played 2 seasons before retiring, but his transition to leadership was seamless. While with the Canadiens, he became the team's first full-time coach, a dual role where he also served as captain and occasionally laced up to play. Under his leadership, the Canadiens reached their first playoff appearance, setting the tone for decades of future dominance. After retiring from playing, Gardner continued to shape the sport as a coach for several teams, including Hamilton Tigers, Providence Reds, and multiple clubs in the Western Canada and Quebec leagues. His career stretched from the game's earliest organized roots to the first true professional structures. Beyond stats and wins, Gardner's impact came from his vision. He was one of the few who lived every stage of hockey's transformation, from amateur beginnings to professional leagues, and helped build the framework of the modern NHL. His story culminated with his induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1963, more than 2 decades after his passing. It was recognition of not just his talent, but the indelible mark he left on hockey's identity.
Very
Not bad,
good.
huh?
Well, he's a pillar in the NHL, figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay, now looking at the Jimmy Gardner hobby market, luckily we do have a couple playing days cards from his career.
Oh, nice.
His rookie comes from the second hockey set ever, the 1911 C55 set, and his card number 36. The PSA 7 we're looking at on YouTube is the highest seller, going for $2,040 US in October 2017. And then the only other Plain Days card comes from the next set, the 1912 C57 set. It's card number 24. Highest seller is a PSA 2 that sold for just $530 US on Slab Sharks this past January. Back in the day, too, they misspelled his name as Gardner with an I. So, but it is Jimmy Gardner. Error cards. I guess they're the first errors, maybe.
First error card. There we go. Pro set, eat your heart out.
Yeah. You can also find a Jimmy Gardner card in the Cardophilium set, of course, too. And that, boys, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Jimmy Gardner.
Good job, Joshy Poo.
Yeah, it's just great. You know, these are just names before I go into it. Sorry, Louis. And then you find out that the dude named the Canadiens. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, that's all. That's where I was going. You never know. You never know what's around the corner with the next guy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so today we're now going to culminate our 25-26 preview series. We did 10 parts leading up to the start of the season. We had what I thought was an excellent conversation the other day with Grant Sandground, who's the VP of Product at Upper Deck. And we asked Grant to come on the show and give us an overview of basically what can we look forward to with 2025-26 products. We started by reviewing some of the stuff that's already come out so far this year. And like I said, it's a great conversation. I'm excited for you guys to hear it. I want to give a little note on the audio. There is a few parts, and right at the beginning, you'll see that he talks and no words can be heard a little bit. We tried everything to fix that. It didn't work. It's minor. It happens maybe 2 or 3 times for just a couple of seconds. So I don't want anyone to think that it's a bummer, because the information I thought was so good. But so you just got to stick with it for like a couple seconds until the audio catches up. Sorry about that.
When we send our gift basket to Upper Deck, we can send them some microphones for the laptops.
Yeah, there we go. So with that, we hope you guys enjoyed this conversation with Grant Sandground. Well, we're happy to welcome back to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, Mr. Grant Sandground, who's the VP of Product Development from Upper Deck, to help us preview 25-26 Wax. Hi, Grant. How are you? Not too bad. So well, I guess before we look ahead, what I want to do is maybe take a quick look backwards and talk about some of the products that have come out so far in the calendar year 2025. And a good place to start, we were just having a conversation about maybe a misconception, well, definitely a misconception that we had here about a recent release in Artifacts and something that you picked up on the show. So I'll let you run with that.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity there. So Artifact Hockey 25-26 released on September 24th this year, which was the first time in many years that it actually released on time. The pandemic really threw us off starting back in 2021, and Artifacts was released during the season, well into the season for some of those years as we struggled to try to catch up on release times. The last time Artifacts actually released on time was 1920, and it's supposed to be a mid to late September release, supposed to release a few weeks before the start of the NHL season. And for 25-26 Artifacts, we finally got caught up and we put it out a couple of weeks before the start of the season. The functionality of all those team-based redemptions, they're all supposed to be there to give collectors sort of an aspirational head start on chasing their favorite rookies in the form of new skaters. Now, 25-26 Artifacts is blessed with a heck of a what we would call a holdover rookie class, rookies that debuted very late in the season of 24 of the 2024 season, guys most notably Demidov, but also Zane Pereg, Buyam, Nikishin, Ryan Leonard, you name it. It's a really, really deep class. So those guys have live rookie cards in there, but the new skating rookies that will be making their debut at the beginning of this season, guys like we're expecting like Matthew Schaefer or Michael Misa, obviously we can't put those guys into the early season products with live cards. So Artifacts, slated typically for a September, kind of a late September release, gives you the first start to really kind of, get a direct connection, at least on a team basis, because you can pick up an Islanders redemption card or a Sharks redemption card. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out those are going to be for Schaefer and Misa. And you get to start playing around with chasing some of the key rookies.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? And now that you know that, the product makes more sense too, given how you just explained that the intention of it is to get you an early start, allow you to put placeholders in the form of redemptions. It's like one of the only products that has intentional redemptions in it to help people get those key rookies that will make their debut this week later on in the year. When you look at what's come out, let's just use like calendar 2025, like I said. I'm just curious on like on even a personal level. Do you have like a favorite product that's come out so far this year?
For the 2025 calendar year for hockey, I do.
Okay.
24-25 stature thus far is my
Yeah.
favorite product. It's unusual for me to get involved with sort of noodling around with sets, but and that's Matthew Bleiberg's product. But I sat down with him to try and figure out the Rubik's Cube of how to get it priced out where we could actually bring it back to market. It obviously had sort of skipped a year, and people were, very disappointed given how popular stature had been for several years prior. But it was simply got to a point where production costs had skyrocketed so much on that specific styrene tech that those cards are printed on, that beautiful styrene substrate. Quotes were just way out of line during the pandemic for that stuff. So it got to the point where, ultimately we are here to keep the lights on and pay people's paychecks and, make money on hockey card releases. And, having to walk away for stature, I don't think any of us were happy about. We were looking for ways, well, how can we fix this? How can we get it right? So we had to do a lot of work on figuring out how to make stature in a profitable fashion for us, but also in a compelling fashion for the consumer. I hopped in and helped a little bit with that, trying to figure out how to structure that product and get it profitable for us and make it good for consumers. So it's done well. I think people are excited about it. So that one sort of sits probably at the top of the stack of stuff that I've really enjoyed this year.
Do you feel confident that you've got those issues sorted out for years to come now? where like, are we going to see a 26 or 25, 26 stature at some point?
Yes, we have figured it out. Yes. So
Good.
you rest assured, you can sleep well at night. 25, 26 stature is back in full standing as a standard release within our lineup of products.
There was a very special, well, a few special cards in the stature release in Bobby Orr. In fact, the fact that he had some memorabilia auto cards, which had not happened in quite some time. And can you kind of explain that a little bit?
Sure. We've been fortunate enough to have a relationship with Bobby Orr for decades now. And, part of being good partners with anyone here, and especially with Bobby, Bobby had a lot of sensitivity towards game used memorabilia. And, he basically laid out, we had released a couple memorabilia cards of him, I think around 2000 or 2001, some 20 to 25 years ago. We had released a couple stick cards and he didn't like it. So he asked us, hey, don't do that again. I don't want memorabilia cards. That was actually written into his contract in forthcoming years. But we obviously honored his requests. He has since softened his stance in the past year or so, because we would always kind of bring it up and say, hey, Bobby, how you feeling now about this stuff? We'd love to, deliver some memorabilia cards for your collectors. I'm sure they get a real thrill out of it, and he, softened his stance a little bit about a year and a half ago. So we got to work on trying to figure out ways where we could, get some of the memorabilia, everything of which has to be kind of approved by Bobby. Sure. Same way we do it with Wayne. Everything has to kind of go through their hands. So it's several more steps involved in getting memorabilia cards made for those guys. But we managed to get it done. We got a game you stick from Bobby, and you saw the first few cards sprinkled into stature, and super excited, to get those cards to market and really add another feather in the cap of what stature could offer as it's sort of its comeback year. And I can tell you, we have ingrained icons coming up as an all retired product later in the next month or so. That product should be seeing the light of day, and you'll see a couple more Bobby Orr memorabilia cards in that product as well. So I'm kind of jumping forward a little bit, but talking about Orr memorabilia, if you're wondering, well, when are you going to see it again next? Ingrained icons, he'll have a base, a card in the Remnants stick set. He will have, what are the ones? He's going to have the complete sticks insert.
Oh,
he'll have one
nice.
of those, a complete stick signature. So you're going to have stick tape. You'll have stick blade tape, handle tape, and a stick piece with an on-card autograph of Orr in ingrained icons. So there'll be some really exciting Bobby Orr memorabilia cards that we're going to sprinkle in a little here, a little there into forthcoming products, but certainly ingrained icons is the next one you'll see it in.
Yeah, it'll be really fascinating to see how those do on the secondary market.
For sure. It's nice to get a few more cards out there, because let's face it, there's not many of those Bobby Orr memorabilia auto cards in stature. You've got to be pretty lucky to find one. So it'll be nice to see a few more cards out there so people can kind of start searching for them and add them to their collections.
One of the things I've noticed in general, and I know I'm kind of skipping around a little bit, is this year it seems like a lot of the releases are stripped down a little bit. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's almost like more focused to me a little bit, like where, you're not seeing like every set have a jersey card or something like that. Or there were, and I don't know if this was stature because of the dual release, but you didn't have inserts. And, it's like, well, you can kind of like say, not that the inserts were bad in stature, but it seems like the sets are becoming more focused to the core identity of what that set is about. Is that, am I on to something there or no?
Well, sure. That's a good commentary there. And something we do sort of, for lack of a better term, we do kind of postmortems on all of our products internally. We'll take a look at them once they've come out to judge and gauge reader reaction. If you're talking about stature, that's a brand that's been around for 5 or 6 years now. I think it started in 2019-20. And it used to have a gazillion 101s. And I know that was a topic of discussion, even on your show in prior years. You guys talked about how many 101s. My head is spinning with these photo variant, design variant, this upside down, that 101 here, 101 there, everywhere. Certainly that is stuff that we, we'll try stuff out, but our ears and our eyes are open. We're talking to collectors, talking to shop owners, talking to dealers, We're trying to listen and take in as much feedback as we can. And as you've seen with Stratcher, we tightened that up. We've cleaned up the one-on-ones in that product. I'd like to think it's rare, I'll put it this way, it's rare that the very first time you release a product, you get everything right. That's almost unheard of in any venture or any business. So to us, if you take a product like Allure, that's another product that debuted around 2019-20. And each year, I'd like to think that we as a product development team can assess, take a look at what worked, what didn't work, how to, kind of lean into the stuff a little more that did work, how to pull back on the stuff that didn't work. Even like a brand like Allure, it took us a while to get 16 bits up and running and to refine how we wanted to approach doubloons and some of the other super rare chase cards in that product, and figure out we flushed out the memorabilia in that product. And there's things that we're kind of changing to think about. Sometimes we're thinking about the entirety of our lineup. You had referenced jersey cards earlier. We think of jersey cards are like certain products are almost better to have no jersey cards. So the products that do have them, they're a little more appreciated, because obviously just basic jersey cards got to a point in this entire industry, even outside of hockey, that they were very oversaturated and kind of underappreciated. I think it's bouncing back a little bit now. But even with us with base jersey cards, you're going to go several releases a lot of releases in our calendar where we deliberately have no jersey or memorabilia content. Stuff like Metal Universe has no memorabilia because it's insert driven. So we try and kind of define and redefine and sort of shape the brand identities of each of our brands. Each year that they mature, we're trying to step them in the right direction to make sure they have their own identity and can stand up in a lineup of all of our products in a manner that makes sense.
No, I love that answer. And I think it's really important to, I know that, listen, we're the peanut gallery here on the collector side, and we get to be laud things and celebrate things that we love and kind of poo-poo things we don't love. But I am really a big advocate for risk taking when it comes, knowing that you're going to have some big successes, some things that don't land, and everything in between, because I think like that's where if you get too risk adverse and trying, and treating everything like a Fabergé egg, like, well, this is the formula that works, so we never want to go outside the box and upset the apple cart. Well, then you never get some of the big wins where, like the gold outburst or the outburst parallels, have those been in flagship. Or my favorite card of the year so far is the liquid gold from Metal Universe, and it's super weird inherently, but there's I think a great example of taking a risk that, at least for my sensibility, is an amazing card that I'm very appreciative of. And so I suppose that in your position too, that's part of your job, is to manage that balance, right?
Yeah, sure. And research and development, looking for new substrates, looking for new technologies, things that we can take. That we are fortunate enough as a product team, we have an extremely talented design team. We don't sit around specifically designing cards, but we talk with the design team every day, pretty much talking through, like if there's some great new substrate, and also with the operations and production teams, they're talking to vendors, getting new tech. And we're a company that I'd like to think leans pretty heavily into a diverse array of substrates. And, there are others where some companies lean very heavily on chromium stock, perhaps. We certainly use chromium as part of our lineup in Allure and O-Pee-Chee Platinum, but that's just part of our lineup. We've got others where Light FX, Decofoil Light FX, like Metal Universe base cards, that entire brand has Light FX. C2S, which is that's a technical term. It's just the standard paper for like Series 1, Series 2. We've got plenty of products that, like Stature is styrene, all these different things that we try and provide a wide array of different technologies. And that can go all the way down into the inserts. In fact, the inserts are some of the places where you can do the weirdest, as you may say, riskiest stuff, because they're inserts, especially if you're going to do some stuff that could be incredibly rare. You can even get a little riskier there, because if things go wrong and let's say it goes so wrong you couldn't back it out, if things are like 1 in 10 cases, yeah, it's pretty easy to make up that miss. If people don't know about it, you haven't released it, it's an Easter egg. If you take a risk on something that's 1 per pack and things go wrong, you have issues. You're going to have a delayed release. So we are continuing to take risks and look for new technologies that we can feature where we can push out new stuff like liquid gold. I think we recently announced, I'll give you an example, 25-26 Flair Hockey. One of the cards, and it's funny, Josh, you kind of pinpointed the one that I'm most excited about too, because you really like the oddball inserts. The Wave of the Future cards out of there, I think, are going to make people throw their kids into the river and run into traffic. That could be a little hyperbolic, but those Wave of I can't wait to see those cards. Those our design team is super excited about them.
Nice.
To me, that one's got a shot at being one of the best designed inserts of the year. So I'm super excited about that. And it is risky. It was not an easy card to get into development. It's got ridges and tactile surfaces, and it looks like it shouldn't be a trading card. It looks like it because it's not flat. It's literally like a 3D object. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I can't wait. Have you seen one in hand yet, or a prototype even?
I've not seen them in hand, but I know exactly what they're going to be made like. And so I'm pretty excited for what the finished cards are going to look like.
But that's got to be the fun part of the job, right? Is pushing yourself and
for
trying
sure.
new stuff. You've been doing this so long. If it was just making, standard cards over and over again, that would be
for sure. And we're really lucky that we've got some really creative people in product development that can also bounce crazy ideas off of very creative people in design and production and operations, where you're literally taking so many teams with talented folks that looking for solutions to crazy ideas, and sometimes they can work out and you make amazing cards. Sometimes you've got to pivot and it may take a couple of years of development, but that's a lot of fun stuff.
Okay, so I said liquid gold is my favorite card so far in 2025. Do you have a favorite?
That one, I say off the cuff right now, the one that I love right now is the brand new Aurum out of 25-26. I think it's stunningly beautiful. That is a level above standard beautiful. This one is stunningly beautiful in my mind. When we saw those cards live, I was just like, wow, that's the best Allure design to date. And it's not even close. Not to diss on older Allures, but this one is just spectacular. It's just gorgeous. And the crazy part is, I swear to you, I think it's resulted in some higher sales for some of those cards. They're selling better than they've ever sold. Maybe people are into the bounty more, but simply sometimes stunningly beautiful cards will command more demand from consumers because they want to own them.
Nice. The last time that you and I talked was during the big announcement on the cup with Bedard and the encapsulated rookie material and kind of your efforts to help protect memorabilia. Well, now that we're 3-4 months past that, what's your postmortem on that? How has the feedback been? Is there anything you guys would do different next time?
Great question. I think, sometimes in life, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You're just stuck between a rock and a hard place. And we knew right off the bat, no matter what we did with this, you're going to have people that are really happy and people that are really frustrated. I would say, by and large, for what we were trying to achieve, I think we did it pretty well. I think we achieved it pretty well. We were trying to add a level of integrity to the provenance of those pieces to make sure that, hey, the piece you see in that card, if you keep it in that holder, that's from the factory. That's direct from the factory. It never got touched by human beings outside of Upper Deck's production team making these cards. So did we achieve that goal? Absolutely. Certainly there was a lot of discussion upon release that, people are going to just take those and crack them and put them in PSA holders because, people love PSA holders. That didn't really hold to be true. I was just thinking to myself, you guys are crazy if you do that because you're throwing away the provenance at that point.
Yeah.
The entire point of this is like factory sealed to guarantee that the swatch you have in there has not been manipulated. If you've got a 5-color crazy swatch in that holder, you're good to go. It's the best provenance you can get to say that this watch has not been messed around with. If you break it out, then who knows what's going on with that card. So, and funnily enough, sure enough, not many got broken, and I think even to date, most of the copies you see are still in those blue labeled holders. And I think it worked pretty well. I'm happy to see them in there because those cards maintain the integrity of what we're trying to do in the first place.
I agree with that. I'm a little bit surprised, just to be honest, that I haven't seen more cracked out. It seems like in general, most have remained in the holder. And I don't know if there's a better way than that, really, to gauge, or at least relatively, the success of that approach. Because I would assume that you would, let's say, all or most, if they were cracked out right away, that would tell you, oh, this is something that the hobby doesn't prefer. But yeah, I mean, when you see them for sale, I very rarely see them outside of that blue holder. So is this a program or a strategy that you guys see yourself continuing or expanding?
Definitely. We are certainly continuing that for 24-25 Cup. We're still going to encase the RPAs. Yeah, I don't think we really have any plans to change course. It worked pretty well. The structure of those tins is still going to be similar to what for 24-25, to what consumers saw in 23-24, where the slabbed card will be at the bottom of the tin, covered by a black piece of paper to kind of give you that dramatic, reveal, with the stack of raw cards on top.
Gotcha. Getting back to COVID and how delayed, we've just talked about artifacts a few minutes ago and how you're pretty much back on track with that. Where are we at overall in the release calendar? Are we close to being entirely caught up, or is there still more progress that needs to be made?
I think we're going to hit it on the nose this year. And I think all of us in Upper Deck, it's been a long road. I actually put together a document here. I'm kind of looking off screen here to kind of tell you about that. But as we record today, we're in early October. We've got Series 1 for October 15th. That's been announced. That product has pretty much always been on time. It used to be released around November, the first 2 weeks of November. And then we moved it up in 23-24 to a mid-October release. And we've maintained that time since that point in time. Obviously, as most of the listeners know, when we did that, we kind of said, all right, the new skaters are going to go into Series 2 starting in 23-24. Prior to that, we typically had what we call new skaters, players that make their NHL debut during that current season, as opposed to the holdovers. In 23-24, Series 1 was all holdovers. 24-25, same thing. That's continuing for 5-6. 5-6 is going to be extremely strong for Series 1 because you have Demidov in there. And then Series 2, we've got the Schaefers and the Mises to discuss how they kind of get into Series 2 or get into Extended and all that kind of stuff. So but that one's been on time for a while. The next one I'm excited to see return to what I would call a more normal time slot is Black Diamond. If you go in at the height of the pandemic, Black Diamond was 8.5 to 9 months late. That was in 21-22 and 22-23. In 22-23, Black Diamond released on August 23rd of 2023. That was 9 months late. That should be releasing in like late November, early December.
Okay.
And we don't have a firm release date on that, but we are tracking for 25-26 Black Diamond to hit around that late November, early December timeframe, which is about when Black Diamond should be out, a few weeks before everyone sort of shuts it down for the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
You've got your first super premium, and that's there was a cadence and a reason that we structured all these products to release. Like Artifacts was preseason to give you that rookie, scratch the itch with rookies, and Black Diamond was your first super premium to be released, right after Thanksgiving, before Christmas, holiday season's getting going. Here's your first super premium.
Well, you definitely notice that the pace in the past year has picked up to get caught up, because we've had a few scenarios, and there's probably no other way around it, where it's like Black Diamond comes out and a few months later Black Diamond is coming out again.
Yeah, and those are painful, and I'm sorry for that. A lot of that was acts of God, out of our control. A lot of that
course.
was us, sort of doing our best to catch up and being human beings. And it takes a while to get it fixed. Sometimes, you're working with vendors and folks outside of our company that we can't control all that stuff to catch up as quick as we want to. But we've made a lot of progress now. To the point now, our hopes are that all the products you see are going to come out at their intended time slots. I'll give you another one, like Allure.
Yep.
Allure, in my mind, and in our minds as a product team internally, and as with Mike Phillips and the sales team, we think of that's a chromium product with sticker autographs. And so you got to be very thoughtful of, think about O-Pee-Chee Platinum. That's a chromium product with on-card autographs.
Mhm.
Those two need some breathing time. They need to exist at different times in the calendar release. And Allure initially was intended to be around a late January, early February release. In fact, in 2019-20, when Allure debuted, it debuted on February 5th, 2020. That was about when it was supposed to be. And then 4 months later or so, O-Pee-Chee Platinum would come out. That's enough time. 3-4 months in time. People are kind of, okay, I moved on. I've seen other products. And they'll, Allure should be that early Chrome product. So our goal is to get Allure out in 25-26 and in kind of late January, early February. We did actually get it out on time. I would say close to on time. February 12th of 2025 is when 24-25 Allure came out. It didn't have the full breadth of content we wanted. This year's Allure is going to have more of the new skater, more content of new skaters. So you'll see more cards of Schaefer and Misa. Like finding a Celebrini card in 24-25 Allure was hard. They were tough. We didn't make a ton of them. So we have gone through and done some surgery on how we line up that product and build that product to deliver a greater sum of new skater content. So when you break 25-26 Allure, you'll see all the Demidovs and the Pereks and the Buyams, but you're going to see the plan is if they skate like a Schaefer or a Misa, that you'll see their cards in relatively equal quantities across various inserts and parallels and base and all that kind of stuff. That you'll see them about the same cadence as you would see a Demidov, instead of way, way scarcer like it had been in prior years.
Gotcha.
Other stuff that's, O-Pee-Chee really has been coming out on time for the past couple of years. That's supposed to be like a February release. Back in 22-23, we actually had adjusted the release date for O-Pee-Chee to add the new skaters back at that time during that rookie class, Yuri Soskovsky, Wyatt Johnston, those kind of guys. Prior to that, 21-22 and back, O-Pee-Chee was like an early season release that only had the holdover rookies, and it was a major miss, and we had update cards and extended, I think. We fixed that, and I think O-Pee-Chee's grown to be sort of a quiet collector favorite. I know you guys on the show are big fans of O-Pee-Chee. I'm a big fan of O-Pee-Chee too. It's kind of an old school collecting set. Those are these precious gems that need to be respected in today's sort of rip and flip sort of so many products are kind of breaker based. We would like to think that we should have a lineup of products that should be collector based, that should range. Some of them more for breakers, some are more for collectors, some are for everyone. Hopefully we have a calendar that can do that kind of stuff. And O-Pee-Chee certainly falls into that hardcore old school collector category, but there's some dynamic cool chase cards in there. And I know you're a fan of some of the scarcer ones like O-Pee-Chees and stuff like that. We've got some fun wacky inserts coming up on O-Pee-Chee this year as well that are really cool. Other stuff, UD2 has been on time for a long time. That's always around early March. SPX are, that should be spring, sort of like early spring release, kind of a March, April release. So last year we got it out on April 9th. I'm hoping that we at least match or exceed that. Our goal is to at least match or exceed that. And get a little bit more into the March timeframe for that one. We talked about Flare. Flare's slated for like a spring release as well. Metal Universe, that's been a few months late. Ideally, that should be more of like an April timeframe, maybe early May, late April, early May. That was, if you go back to 2019-20, that product released on February 26th of 2020. That's actually a little earlier than we now intend it to be, but we'd like it to be kind of April, May. And O-Pee-Chee Platinum, that released in my mind, it was late. It's been late for several months. It released July 2nd last year. That's almost the end of the year. That should be a little bit earlier. It should be a couple months earlier, and we're targeting towards an earlier delivery of it. But obviously, when you're talking about products that are that far out now, there's so much in play that it's hard to say, hey, we're going to nail this date no matter what. But we know where we're sort of roughly targeting products. You know?
It seems like you've been playing the calendar Olympics for a few years. You got to be almost ready to be done with that and be into more of a routine, I'm sure.
For sure. Absolutely. And we have done a lot of work to get our ducks in a row to kind of make that happen.
So one of the things that maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I've noticed as I look back over the product years, there's certain themes that I think that you'll notice. Like I know with a lot of a number of the 23, 24 sets, there was a lot of reconfiguration that year, mainly with Flagship and some other products where we got less packs, more hits per pack, that whole sort of thing. And then like I mentioned earlier, in the past year or so, it seems like a tightening of the focus of as we look ahead to 25, 26 products, is there a theme that a guy in your position looks as like overarching strategy that you hope to apply to sets this year?
I don't think there's certainly on time would be like we talked about. That's a big push for all of us. And we have to make concessions, not concessions really. You have to be cognizant of the intended time that you want to release a product and how you structure, how you build that product. Because the inherent time just to print products takes a lot of time. Nothing is easy when it comes to making trading cards. Nothing is easy at all about it. It's a tricky endeavor. And especially as it relates to how important rookie cards are for all the products, rookie classes, by and large, they drive much of the demand for new releases. And as we talked about, holdover rookies versus what we call new skating rookies, the rookies that debuted late in the year versus rookies that debut very early in the year. The ones that debut early in the year are actually much harder for us to handle than the holdover rookies. If you have a guy like Demidov, we're good to go. He debuted back in April in the last game or so of the season. That means he's a member of the PA, and we can build him into checklists right off the bat in MVP and artifacts and, wherever we want, really. There's no question. Whereas, like Misa, you're holding your breath the entire summer as you're hearing of things like, is he going to go to college or is he going to stay with the Sharks? And, obviously, as we talk on the cusp of the season starting, he's made an opening night roster, and he'll, hopefully have his professional debut in a matter of hours or, maybe a day or two at most. There's no guarantee that the cards you're building for Misa would pack out, because we're building checklists already months and months in advance, like SP Authentic, 25, 26 SP Authentic. That's a product that we started working on probably like 9 to 10 months ago, like a crazy long time ago. That you'd think about the ideation of like what was working with it, what inserts do we want to keep going, which ones do we want to get rid of, and do we want a new parallels, do we want to change the configuration, or all that kind of stuff. That starts very early on, but sooner than you think, deadlines start hitting for checklists, and that's when you get to like, okay, well, the Future Watch checklist. You'd think it's an easy process, but it's a tricky process. It's easy for the holdover rookies because you can build all the holdover rookies right from the get-go in the summertime if you want. They're good to go. All the new skaters, you've got to wait for photography, when they're wearing their NHL uniforms. Preferably, we are a company that believes big time in trying to maximize the number of cards we feature using on-ice game photography. We use photo shoot photography for some stuff, but most famously for Young Guns, we're going to wait for the on-ice photography. And typically even stuff later in the year, everything's on ice, unless it's a thematic insert, it's going to be on ice game action photography. So you got to wait for images. You have to wait till they skate. A lot of times we will print cards of players that have prior to them skating, and you've got to wait to see if you can even get it signed by the athlete for them to debut, to pack it out.
Yeah. Well, I have a question about the holdover over rookies too. I understand the benefit in that you get a little sigh of relief that, well, throughout the summer that they're eligible to be on cards. But let's say a rookie makes his debut with 2 games left in the year. It must not give you the largest pool of photography to use for in
That's
all
a
the
great
cards.
point, Josh. That's a great point. In fact, it doesn't. And guys like Demidov or Nikishin, who debuted in the playoffs, and Buyam debuted in the playoffs and had a couple games, and that was it. Yeah, you are very limited with photography. And so you're waiting desperately for preseason games, the early games this year. So, yes, images are very threadbare for some of those rookies that have only played a couple of games in the early season releases.
Hmm. Yeah, well, we've talked to some photographers that work with you, and they've let us know through their experience how if you hear a rookie is making a debut, that you guys will right away make sure that there's photographers there from every angle trying to get images so that you have the best options for cards.
Yeah, our photo team does a great job with tracking, call ups by the day. Literally every day, we're looking at who's been called up, where can we get photos? Because Josh, even during the season, if you get a guy called up from from AHL, and they may be like somebody got injured, they need a guy for a game. So the guy plays one game. They may play 10 games. They may play the rest of the season. They may play one game, and that's it. You've got to jump on getting images of that kid literally day one, because you may not have many other opportunities for some of the more peripheral new skaters.
Hmm. So one of the announcements that you guys made a week or two ago is that Flare will return this spring, and you've already referenced it as a standalone set. The first time it'll be about 30 years, I believe, since then. Whether you can name names at this time, I'm kind of curious. Are we going to see any brand new sets this year, or is it more refining of existing brands?
We cannot openly speak about all of our calendar plans for the 25-26 run of hockey products, but I can tell you that we do have some new stuff in
Oh,
plans.
okay.
Can't talk about it. Very excited about it internally. Happy to, come back on later in the year and talk with you about when we officially announce stuff. Like, when Flair was announced a week or so ago, we've got some other exciting stuff to announce of some entirely new products and some other cool stuff that we're doing that is going to shake up the composition of the 25-26 product lineup for NHL.
Nice. Nobody listens to this show. I'm just gonna say it.
It's me and you talking.
It's just me and you. um, okay, I just have some like general hobby questions for you. Yeah, where do you think we are at hobby health wise right now?
It's a good question. I think the general optics that most people would say if they had experienced collectors, kind of hardcore collectors, if you had to just give a shotgun answer to that, you would think, hey, hobby's doing great. There's a lot of money in there. We're seeing a lot of record-breaking sales in the high end, $12.9 million basketball cards bought by Mr. Wonderful. And, a lot of our industry has fully broken through into the mainstream of culture and society. Sports cards are a thing now that even people that don't collect sports cards know that people collect sports cards. That really wasn't
They're
entirely
cool.
true 5 years
And for
ago.
people like us, it's a weird feeling. It's like because we were never cool before. We were never the cool
Right,
people.
exactly. That's another big factor is that collecting cards was never cool before, but now that you have a lot of athletes collecting cards, a lot of influencers collecting cards, you've got musicians collecting cards, actors and people in pop culture that are looked up to are fans of card collecting, and that's really, really cool to see. So, that bodes very well for us. And I do think we are in a good spot overall. A lot of the money and the health of our industry, I think, however, is buoyed by this massive influx of spending on Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
As we all know, if you go to a card show in 2025, a large amount of dealer tables are full of Pokemon cards, not sports cards. And I actually think that's a perfectly fine thing because it keeps kids involved for sure. And I know Pokemon is 100% collected ardently by adults. I know that for sure. People, from ages probably 5 to 55, people are
Yeah.
collecting Pokemon cards. There's a ton of money on it. But let's face it, when you ask a 10-year-old, hey, do you want to go buy some cards? They're probably going to look for Pokemon cards before they would look for sports cards. Now, some 10-year-olds may look for both. Some may just look for sports. But I think it's a great beginning entrance to get kids involved with trading cards, to bring kids and their parents to sports card shows. Everyone can go now and find stuff they like. I think that's really, really good. But a lot of the overall money in this industry right now is on Pokemon.
Are there lessons or takeaways that you guys have learned from the whole Pokemon craze that you think are applicable to hockey or sports cards?
I think hockey misses it. It sort of bysteps a lot of the in huge amount of demand, like you guys have talked about. Hockey collectors, I think it's a smaller part of the industry. We're less prone to these sort of huge jumps in hype or demand that may just deflate and go nowhere. You go from 110 miles an hour of the hottest thing to nobody cares about it a month later that we may see in other sports. I don't think we see that as much in hockey. You don't have as much of the pumping and the hyping. Certainly there's some of it, but is not as much. I think that the lessons to take from Pokemon, we don't really think the way we build our products, I'm a little jealous. They own their own IP. They don't have to deal with autographs. They don't have to deal with serial numbered cards. They don't have to deal with memorabilia. They don't have to do any of the hard stuff that sports has done for decades now. I think they only have one pain point in production. I would guess that, well, two probably. One of them is the original art, and the other one's just simply printing the amount of cards they need to print. Those are probably the two pain points. But yeah, I'm a little jealous when I look and say, okay, well, they don't have to worry about doing autograph deals, collecting autographs on time, getting all the all that kind of stuff that we have to do that I love. I mean, I'm a sports collector, so I love all that stuff. And it brings the game closer to us. And Pokemon's a different beast, right? It's a bunch of characters that are made up characters for a fantasy game. So it's different than the world of sports where collectors understandably want to get close to the real game with autographs and memorabilia.
One of the things that I've learned recently, or observation that I've had, is referencing what you brought up, the Jordan Kobe Logo Man sale, 12 point whatever million it was. And I used to think about those, so what? It's just some really rich person that's spending a lot of money. But the downstream impact of that and what that sale has done to the Jordan and Kobe secondary market overall in the past few months has been pretty incredible. And so I wonder if that's given you guys it's like having these super iconic cards, these treasure pieces, these almost historical pieces, right? That are way, way aspirational for some people, but how they can have such an impact on the overall market. Is there are you guys thinking about that sort of stuff and trying to kind of maybe work on creating super iconic pieces?
It's a great question. One note that card you're talking about, the sold for 12.9 million,
is an Upper Deck card.
It's an Upper Deck card. It's
Yes,
an exclusive collection card made by Upper Deck. So really cool for us to have that card made. I think we're in a day and age now of where aspirational chase is a massive factor in how people discuss trading cards and discuss new products. And it does matter. I go back to 23-24 Series 2 hockey when David Adams put $1 million bounty on the Connor Bedard Gold Outburst.
Yeah.
And that was a huge talking point that kind of added a lot more interest to the product. It even got to mainstream media covered it. The $12.9 million exquisite basketball card, that got covered by mainstream media. Every paper in America covered that. And the fact that, one of the guys on Shark Tank bought the card with a consortium of other buyers, that also brought more mainstream, just casual people that don't even think about trading cards got it put in their face that a trading card sold for $12.9 million. So that's definitely going to help. It does sort of, as you were talking about, how does it influence the Kobe Bryant market or the Michael Jordan upper deck high-end market? Well, it sets a new ceiling, right? If one of these cards sells for $12.9 million, well, what's my 03, 04 exquisite limited logos Jordan going to sell for? That's probably gone up because of that new crazy comp for that kind of card. In regards to how we build, are we trying to deliberately build cards of great historical significance? Sure, we are. I think they could only go in certain brands. You're not going to take a brand like MVP and I'm going to make some crazy historically, crazy card. But brands like the Cup or brands like, Premier and some of our super premium brands, sure, we are trying to think about what kind of cards can we make that are going to be historically significant. There's one that is interesting that's on the cusp of release is Ultimate Collection. 24-25 Ultimate Collection comes out, I think, today.
Wait. This is Thursday. Yesterday.
I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow for you, yesterday for the audience. We're in the whole fourth wall thing.
Right around now. Ultimate Collection's coming out now, and there are some shields in there of retired guys that I think are arguably historically significant. Of note, there's a Wayne Gretzky New York Rangers auto shield in there. That I know already has had a $225,000 bounty posted by Granite GP Sports Cards. That speaks of cards that have the legs for historical placement.
Yeah, those are big deals. And this might be a bad question, so I'm forewarning you there. But I don't know what individual cards cost to make, but I just want to give like a hypothetical and more to get a general answer from you. Like let's say that you got to release like the Cup, right? Which is the premier hockey release of the year. Would it ever make sense along the same line of conversation to spend, let's say, $10,000 making one card, but having a belief that card would be so significant in the hobby that it would create a ton of awareness or get everyone water cooler talk or kind of the stuff that you're alluding to, or is that like for a guy that's done this for as many years as you, is that stupid talk on my part?
Stupid talk. And we've probably done it in the past, believe it or not. If you go back to like legendary cuts and like you're looking for Joe Jackson cuts, or if you're looking for, we made a booklet card, I think in 1999, with all 5 members of the original Baseball Hall of Fame induction class. I think that dated back to like 1930. It was in the 30s, like 1935 or 36. Like 5 guys were inducted to start the Baseball Hall of Fame. We actually made a booklet card with cuts of all of them. Even back then, that probably cost thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars just to build that card. If the elements are right for us in the world of hockey to spend that kind of money and make some amazing kind of a card, for sure. I mean, you could argue that we already spent more than that just making that Rangers Gretzky shield autograph and Ultimate Collection, because the shield piece, it's hard to say, hey, we bought the Rangers jersey for X amount of dollars, a lot, way more than $10,000. So what's the shield worth when you're cutting up that jersey? Almost like, how do you value parts of the jersey? That's a tricky thing to put, but just that shield itself is probably worth way more than $10,000. Way more than $10,000.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay, I have a last question for you. I know you're a busy man. We as hobbyists love to label eras. We like the junk wax era would be the most famous. If you had to describe the era we're in, how would you describe it?
About the aspirational chase era.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of feel that at least over the past 2 to 3 years, as we've seen increasingly, huge sales on cards, be it brand new cards or even vintage cards, like a 52 mantle. If you go a couple of years back, broke an all-time record, for the highest sale of a mantle. All these, and the cards you're talking about, for the $12.9 million exquisite collection Jordan Kobe, or this new Gretzky Ranger Shield card. All of these cards are aspirational chase cards that people aren't thinking they're going to get them, but boy, it's fun to talk about them when the new product comes out. And boy, it's fun to think about just humoring yourself, almost like along the lines of the mentality of like, I'm going to go spend $50 on lottery tickets just because what am I going to spend my money on? I'm sure people think about, I'm going to buy a yacht. I'm going to buy a house in the Maldives. It'll be fantastic. After I win my $200 million in that sort of thought goes into, if I go into an ultimate break, what if I hit that Rangers Gretzky Shield? What am I going to do? I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to buy this. That's sort of thoughts of whims and fancies, that aspirational chase factor of both talking about the cards and talking about the product and hoping to maybe in 1 in a million chance of getting them. That's become a bigger factor in play in the past couple of years, way more than it was, let's say, 5 or 10 years ago.
Oh, that's a great answer. Well, really appreciate your time. Very excited. And one thing I do want to do before we leave is compliment. I mean, genuinely. I mean, I'm not just kissing up to the big guy here. I think the really this year in particular in 2025, the sets have been awesome. Like you and your team have done so many wonderful things. It's hard to have super complaints, and the cards are interesting. You're trying new stuff. The quality will never be perfect, but it is, I think, more than acceptable. And so I just want to publicly commend you guys for doing a great job.
Well, thank you for the kind words. That means a lot to us. We've got an entire company and certainly the product development staff that, we really try and hold ourselves to high standards internally and try and keep improving. We definitely try and listen to our customers' feedback of what works and what doesn't work. And we're always trying to, improve our products and provide the customers with the best products we can.
Mm-hmm. And I meant half of that about Billy. No, we love Billy. We're going to have Billy on next week for the Series 1 live release. Well, Grant, thank you very much for your time, and looking forward to some amazing products, and hopefully you'll come back and talk again soon.
I'd be happy to come back later in the year so we can talk about maybe some new stuff that we haven't talked about yet.
Awesome. Thank you again to Grant for taking the time to join the show. Obviously, awesome information. Sounds like some exciting stuff is coming. What do you guys think? Did you get a chance to check it out?
I did. I watched the whole thing today, and I thought you did an excellent job, Joshua.
Oh, thank you.
A few points. I wrote some notes down because I knew I had to do the dishes after, so I didn't want to forget. So number one, I think Grant liking the new stature, the double year, is phenomenal. And I love how you asked him what his favorite set of the year was. I'm a big fan. Big points there. I love how Grant said during the interview that he recognizes the hobby's a little less gung-ho about patch cards, and he doesn't want to keep making them because he feels they're underappreciated and undervalued. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, ease up on the patch cards a little bit, because there's a lot right now, and people are kind of, I don't know. There's something about it. I think maybe the good quality patch cards should still coming, but he said he was focusing more on inserts a little bit, and that I really appreciated that comment.
Well, not every set needs the same formula, right?
Yeah.
Where you have to. I think more so in the past year, I feel like sets are getting their own identities.
Yeah, it's a good way to say it. Agreed. Another thing, he said, wave of the future. I can't wait. He seemed very enthusiastic for that new insert. He really sold that. I hope they're grand. I can't wait to see it, brother. So I'm excited to see that new insert. I adored and so much respected his love and respect for O-Pee-Chee paper. That is, he hit that nail on the head. I buy a case every year, sometimes two. And it's that is such a collector set, and his finger is definitely on the pulse with his remarks about that. So please that made me feel like that's never going away. And I'm always kind of like, oh, is that one of the ones that are going to go away? So Grant, without saying it, you said it. I heard you loud and clear, Mr. Sandground. I know that will never go away. Okay. So, I mean, it might. I don't know.
Well,
I can't wait
speaking
to
of
hear it.
paper, you
Go
didn't hear
ahead.
it yet, Louis?
Go ahead. No, I can't wait to hear it because Phil's got me all excited now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I was just going to say that I'm not going to give it away because I'm sure you'll disclose at some point, but was your biggest pickup in Saskatoon a paper card?
No, it was not.
But close, right? It was a big pickup.
It was tied. It was tied for my biggest card in Saskatoon.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm trying not to tease the good listener because I'm not showing it this show. You're going to have to wait till
That's
Sunday.
Tease
Because,
'em.
no, because Sunday is when I'm releasing my video because somebody else released a video yesterday, so I couldn't put my Saskatoon pickups because Dave had to do his ultimate video. Anyways, another point. No, I'm not going to say that one. Okay, another point. I loved this sentence, and I'm going to quote Grant. Aspirational. The hobby has become an aspirational chase. Is a massive factor in how people discuss trading cards now. So maybe not quote verbatim. Is that a little more loose? I don't know. Sorry, Grant. I think that's what you meant. But he bang on again. That's what we're like. Look at people consolidating a lot of their cards through Slab Sharks or through a lot at a show, consolidating like 400 cards to get 3. And he recognizes that. So he knows that's going on. And so those are all my positive points. If I had to pick one thing to stick on, I thought it was kind of funny how he talked about the $1 million bounty for 23-24 Series 2 Bedard card. I was like, on the finger on the pulse of everything, but that one I don't even bring up. I'm just because I couldn't.
It's a sore subject with you, but I think he was in the context of those aspirational chases and what that did to drive interest in that product.
Okay, yeah, but I think that $1 million. I mean, you know what? That probably did better than good, but I think maybe that did more. I don't know. Either way, great interview. Big fan. Yes, I am a little cheesed with this Series 2. So every time it comes up, it's hard for me not to say something.
Okay,
it'll go away soon.
All right. Well, again, thank you to Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor of our show. We'd like to thank them for their support. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction ends tonight. Come and hang out with your Gongshow bros as we're live on YouTube starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to put electrodes up on Phil if he gets distracted by his senators. We can zap him back to attention. Wouldn't that be fun, Louis?
Yeah, it's only the home opener. I missed half the season last year for our recordings.
Watch the game. Watch the game.
No, I want to give our podcast the focus and attention it deserves.
It'll be fun. I can't wait. I love doing this show. It starts again at 7 p.m. on the Gongshow YouTube channel. We'll be covering all the key cards closing in the auction. And since we didn't have a normal pod on Monday and where we highlight a couple cards, I do have to point out one of our U.S. consignor cards. It's a friend of the show, so I'm not going to out him. But holy moly, a monster, total banger card. Check out this 1915-16. No, 1915. Geez. 2015-16 SP Authentic Connor McDavid Retro Flop out of 25. A beautiful patch. Nice 3-color patch there. The auto looks great. And a very cool aspect of this Retro Flop is that the retro design that year was of the 2005-6 design. So you basically get a McDavid RPA out of 25 with the Sid and Ovi rookie year design. How do you beat that?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty spiffy, if you ask me.
Yeah, this must have been a tough decision to sell. But hopefully it does well. Good luck to you, good buddy. On that.
Little buddy.
It's an incredible card. This is an astonishing card. I'm trying to say absolutely less. Astonishing.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna bid on it, Phil? Make a bid?
No, I'm done, man. Wait, stay tuned till Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want people to see what I got in Saskatoon.
I know. Very exciting.
Right.
The reason why the whole hobby in both the US and Canada are choosing to partner with Slab Sharks Consignment to sell their cards on eBay is that Slab Sharks makes it super easy. They do all the work. All you got to do is box up your cards, fill out a quick consignment form. If you're Phil, fill it out halfway, I guess, and send them in, and you're done. Plus, if you're in the U.S., we, as in the Gong Show, are the submission center for Slab Sharks, and you just got to send them to us. So you don't have to worry about sending them across the border and the pain and misery of doing that, because we know it sucks. And the thing is, see, we have a Baba Louie and you don't. And so that makes all the difference in the world. It just, he's the magician, and he ain't afraid of no border.
No,
He's a Willard.
I'm not. Hey, one note on this though: when you're filling them out, please remember to get Hockey Cards Gongshow in the affiliate name and 45 in the box. Also, if you have a customer ID, put it in, and please remember to sign the bottom.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
it says
sign
customer
the button.
signature.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Yeah, need that. Okay, for complete consignment information, including payout rates, and to get the process started today, if you're British, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Cardboard Buzz, the latest scoops, trades, and drama from the card collecting world.
Ooh.
You've been fairly lackluster with your hobby news lately, and I am so proud of you. And that made my day. You came back with vigor and enthusiasm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a real coffee today.
Oh boy.
I know. Dude, I had it at like 11 and I'm wired.
Louis, go get your helmet.
Just for the it's too tight on my head. Just for the record, it's 8:00 now. So 9 hours later, I still feel it in my veins.
Oh jeez. Well, Connie McDavie is staying in Edmonton for at least the next 3 years, as he signed a 2-year extension for a shockingly low $25 million in total, an average annual value of $12.5 million. It's basically the same AAV that's part of his current deal. If you recall, boys, he signed an 8-year, $100 million contract in 2017. So I have some quotes from McDavid. Here he said, "I obviously said I was committed to winning here, and I meant that when I said it, and 2 years makes a lot of sense. It gives us a chance to continue chasing down what we've been chasing down here with the core guys we have in here, and we have a little bit of money to work with too. I think the deal makes sense to both sides. It gives us a chance to extend our window here in Edmonton. My dog Lenny is not going to go hungry with that money, so we'll be fine. It's about winning, and that's always what I preach, and I think this deal gives both sides what we're looking for." For the Oilers' part, they did come out and say that they, of course, would have offered him more money, but this is what McDavid wanted in an agreement. And I don't know. So that should give them some money to do something maybe totally wild and sign a goalie or something. Let's get crazy with it here. But I don't know. I also think, though, this deal puts the Oilers on notice.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they signed Ekholm and Wallman.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's a core, I guess, but
either of them play net.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Get a goalie. Yeah.
Now, our guy Kaprizov put us through the ringer, signed for the biggest contract in history at $17 million a year, but he's here for the duration. It looks like, where 2 years, I think, is McDavid saying, "I want to win here, but what's most important to me is to preserve my flexibility in case things go sideways where I'm out."
Yeah. Goes to the blue team.
Yeah. No. That's not happening. No.
It is. Mark my words.
Well, one of the things maybe you can ask Carter on your show, Phil, on Friday night as an Oilers fan, because I'm kind of curious what you guys, if you were big Oilers fans and McDavid is obviously the centerpiece of your team, how would you feel about this extension? I think I would feel a little bit relieved, and
you got 2 years. That's how you feel.
But the nerves wouldn't go away.
You got 2 years to win a cup. You said it best. He put them on notice. I love what he did. He said it best. His dog's not going to go hungry. $100 million. He's made $100 million just on those contracts. God knows what he makes for sponsorship. That to me makes me think he's just even more of a regular guy. You don't need that much money. You could never give Connor McDavid any more money the rest of his life. He is living large, man. $1 million isn't a lot. $100 million is a lot. Yeah. And I like I said, don't meet your heroes. Well, I would love to shake Connor McDavid's hand on that one. I'm very impressed with he did that. I'm very proud of my McDavid top loader binder now. He's an athlete, get paid. get paid the most money in the world because you are the best, and he didn't. And it was his idea. I mean, now he might have a no-show construction job for 10 million a year too. I don't know that, but you know, who knows? I doubt it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know. But he's a top notch lad in my books.
Or if they win a cup this year or next, then he might go for 20 million after that and be like, okay, discount over.
As he should. Yeah. And then the reason, Louis, I don't think he's going to go to the Leafs is because let's say McDavid doesn't win in the next 2 years. The whole point of this is for him to go to a cup contender. So when the Leafs have a contending team, I might agree with you. Hasn't happened yet.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
There we go. Well, Connor McDavid is a 2015-16 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 3,195, 43% gem rate. Last sold for $2,430 on October 5th, down about 1% in the past month, and flat over the past 6 months. Check out it. Get another crazy swings in the 52-week highs and lows. The 52-week high on this card is 3,300 US. The 52-week low, 1,750. So,
oh my God,
a little bit in the middle right now.
Wow.
Next story. The Boston Bruins have announced they plan to retire the number 33 in honor of former captain Zdeno Chara on January 15th of this year.
Nice.
Chara will be the 13th member of the Bruins to have his number retired.
Wow.
The last Bruin to have that honor was Willie O'Ree in 2022. So he'll be joining. Here's a list of Bruins with their numbers retired. Eddie Shores, number 2. Lionel Hitchman, number 3. Bobby Orr, number 4. Dick Clapper, number 5. Phil Esposito, number 7. Cam Neely, number 8. Johnny Busick, number 9. Good luck getting a number under 10 if you're a Boston Bruin.
Yeah.
Milt shit. Oh, jeez.
Oh, Joshua, this is a family program.
Said it.
Oh, poopy pants, poopy mouth. Mark it down, Louis. Gotta get rid of it. Oh my God.
I'm gonna
tonight.
Shame.
I'm gonna highlight it.
Freudian. Milt Schmidt, number 15. Rick Middleton, number 16. Willie O'Ree's number 22. Terry O'Reilly is 24. And Raymond Bork's number 77. So he'll be the 13th Bruin with the number retired. Do you know, Phil or Louis, what team has the most retired numbers?
Yes, Montreal. I could probably name all of them. I don't make me name them. I could probably get over 10, though. That's for sure.
If I had more energy, I would take that bet because I think
you bet? Oh, you want to bet? I'll bet you $20 I can name 10 easy if there's money on the line. Yeah. You want to bet?
Okay. No.
Okay. It's easy, man. Most people could probably do it. They have 17.
They have 15.
Oh,
18
I thought they had
players
17.
and 15 numbers.
I apologize. My fault. I was wrong. 15. You're right.
Chara captained the Bruins to the Stanley Cup in 2011. He was also part of the Bruins finals teams in 2013 and 2019. In the 6-9, Zdeno Chara won the Norris Trophy in Boston in 2009. It's also a big year of honors for him. He was elected to the Hockey Hall of Fame in June, will be inducted next month. And there was no Young Guns when he came out. So his key rookie card is from 1997-98 SP Authentic.
Oh, it's so ugly.
Yeah, it's a future watch. The highest selling copy is this PSA 10. So for $3,333.33. Get it? In May of 2023. Also the last sale. Pop 16 for PSA 10 of this card.
I love Chara. I miss him so much. He should have won the Lady Byng every year. I've said it before. I'd like to say it again. He could kick the living crap out of anybody in the league. Peter Worrell, who are you? Doesn't matter. If you know who that is, you know what I mean. Zdeno Chara ragdolled Brian McCabe, and Brian McCabe is not a small guy. Zdeno Chara is. I would love to PC collect him, but I'm not going to. He is top-notch human, and he was an amazing, phenomenal hockey player. Big fan of this. Big fan. I think it's a little weird. Willie O'Ree was just inducted or retired number in 2022. He was the first black player in the entire NHL. That's insane. Yeah. Like, I'm not one to, like, every friggin' Sens game I gotta stand up and honor this and that. That one's a big one. That's a big one, right? I like honoring big ones, and I believe that was, I mean, what was that, 50s? When was Jackie Robinson? 48, 47?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's within a decade of that. I mean, well, 2022, I guess. Yeah, hot climate. Quick, do something. Show them we care.
If you guys would have been fortunate enough to play and be an all-timer in the NHL, what do you think the bigger honor would be? Hall of Fame or having your jersey retired?
That's a good question, Madigan. So I'm a big fan. If I was in the NHL and Hartford was still around and I was pretty good, not amazing, I would go to Hartford. I'd want to be a big fish in a small pond, and I would want my jersey retired there. I love the sense of community. So if it was tighter knit, I'd want my jersey retired. Yeah, yeah. I'm zigging on, I'm zagging, Louis. I'd like it I'd like my team retired, probably my number retired by a team, because that would mean a more full heart of a career.
You, Louis?
My number retired.
There you go.
Yeah, me too. And obviously they're kind of one and the same, because you're not going to have your number retired and not be in the Hall of Fame. That would.
Chris Neal's not coming in the Hall of Fame anytime soon, my friend.
Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't think that, but how amazing would it be to walk in an arena and see a big banner with your number on there and know that
That's what I'm talking about, Willis. Yeah.
Whatever, wear that number again.
A correction. I don't think my team retired Chris Neal's number. I think they just honored him. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
I think I was wrong on that.
Last story, something that I have a lot of interest in. I don't know if you guys do too, but we're at the start of the season and we got this whole new big crop of rookie pool.
Mm-hmm.
We had a draft this year with a lot of youngsters, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. So I'm always fascinated to see who's going to make the opening night rosters and who gets sent down right away back to the CHL or AHL, wherever they go to continue their development. So I'm just going to run through really quickly some of the guys and give people a little update in case you haven't seen games already or have not heard. Demidov, of course, is the key chase out of the gate. Early Calder Trophy favorite, so not surprised he made the Canadiens roster. He's also a holdover rookie, which is why there's already pack pulled cards from Artifacts, and he'll be a Series 1 Young Guns. And he's getting prime position out of the gate. Looks like he's starting tonight on the second line and is part of the first power play unit. That's kind of wild, hey?
He's little, eh? Not.
What?
Is he as tiny as he looks on there? Demidov?
I don't think he's
No.
super tiny.
No, I'm thinking of someone else.
Oh,
I thought he's like 6 foot, something like that.
Okay.
yeah. We just previewed all these guys, and I had a
Yeah.
thing with all their heights and weights and stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I could be mistaken.
So the summer's number 1 overall pick, too, Matthew Schaefer, has also made the Islanders roster and should make his NHL debut tonight against the Penguins. As of right now, he's in the third pairing with Scott Mayfield. Could see some time in the second power play unit. We'll see how he does, but of course it's a big step up for an 18-year-old who, you got to remember too, only played due to injury 17 CHL games last year.
Yeah.
So, last time he played any meaningful amount of hockey, he was 16 years old.
You see his big defensive play though in the preseason where he skated all the way back. He's a fighter, man. I like that kid. Yeah, he's good. He'll be in Series 2, eh? Probably.
Yeah, or extended. Whatever Upper Deck decides. It would be weird probably to put him in extended, given he was the number 1 overall pick, but
yeah,
we'll see what they do. Then Michael Misa, who I know, Phil, you're pretty excited about, and we're all following. He did make the Sharks opening night roster. I have not seen confirmation, though, that he'll make his debut tonight against the Golden Knights. So there's a chance he could be a scratch and start in the Shane Wright Memorial Press Box to start the season.
I hope not. I hope they would send him to the minors. No, you don't want a young man sitting. It doesn't work. Not usually, anyways.
Yeah, well, don't teams have some like 9 games when it comes like the CHL or AHL so that's another thing with all these guys too. Even if they make their debut on opening night, it's really, you got to get past those first couple weeks to see if they stick with the team for a little bit longer. I guess at any point they can get sent down if they struggle. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on Michael Misa. But he's doesn't look like he's necessarily going to be in the opening night roster unless something changes. Another holdover rookie that made his debut last spring was Ryan Leonard with the Washington Capitals. He's right now slated as a winger on the third line. And the Capitals' 3 preseason games, Leonard had a goal and an assist. So hopefully that gives him a little bit of confidence heading into the season. I think he just had between the 8 final regular season games and 7 postseason games, something like that for the Capitals. He just had 1 goal as an empty netter last year during the OV goals chase. So it's not like he ripped it up last spring, but scoring a couple points this preseason, like I said, might give him a little bit of confidence. And he's a Series 1 Young Guns that's coming out next week. So we'll see. He was the leading goal scorer in college hockey, I believe, last year, and had back-to-back 30-goal seasons. So
Oh,
high
wow. Didn't know
expectations.
that. No kidding.
Zane Parekh is another one that
Yeah.
people are following in Calgary. He did make the roster, but it looks like he will be a scratch for the Flames opener. Listed as an extra or 4th pairing defenseman as of right now. He played 1 game last spring, did score a goal in that game. And from everything I read today, he has had a little bit of an uneven camp. And so the Flames are maybe not electing to start him out there against the Oilers and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. So
Why not?
we'll see if he's in the press box. He is a Series 1 Young Guns as well. Oh, can I do a little sidebar here too?
Sure.
The NHL has something against Connor McDavid.
Connor, who? McDavid or Bedard?
McDavid.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Is he not the best player in the entire world that we live in?
I think so. I would say so, yeah.
Sure.
Why the heck are the Edmonton Oilers not one of the 2 opening night primetime games?
I'm sure someone, but man, that's your biggest question mark. I don't know.
We say this every year.
No,
Yeah.
that's my point. They do it all they refuse to showcase it.
There has to be fat envelope switching hands in some rooms that we're not aware of. None of it makes sense. None of it. Just add it to the list, Josh. I mean, whatever.
It is a total conspiracy at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
has
sense.
To be. Okay.
The blackout game. Don't even get me started on blackout games and TV deals. Like,
Yeah,
borrowing NHL games for the rest of my life until you silly people figure it out for a more reasonable price for single parents.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
2 more quick, a couple blue liners. Artem Levchinov not only made the Blackhawks opening night roster, but of course they showcased Bedard. I'm glad they did, but
Did you watch the game? I watched the game. It was excellent.
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
Bedard is, man, he's the real deal. I don't care what anyone says. That kid is next generational talent. Bedard is generational talent. You know what he doesn't have? Maybe I started that incorrectly. I think he should be a winger. I heard someone mention that a while ago, and then I remembered it yesterday, and I was like, yeah, he's a winger. He's not big enough to be a center. He might know, but I didn't see it in one full game that I watched him play. He is not creating open space for his other teammates. And that's what a center is supposed to do, I believe. A winger is dynamic. Pop him in, pop him in, pop him in.
Mm-hmm.
He has that skill. I think they're going to put him on winger soon. And the second thing I'll say is Frank Nazar is also the real deal. That kid is, he's good. Yeah. Yeah.
They played him at wing a little bit last year when he was struggling.
I think Nazar will be all right. That team will be all right if they keep trending properly. But listen, Bedard's the real deal. Just watch a game with him. And I'm not saying a period. Watch a couple of games of the guy.
So Levchinov played on the Hawks' second pairing with Wyatt Kaiser, logged 16 and a half minutes time on ice, had 2 shots, finished the game +1. Sounds like, though, the first period was rough. Like, he had some pretty big lapses, and the consensus is there's a lot of development in front of him. I mean, he's a young guy. He's like, 18, 19 years old. Also has to carry the weight of the Blackhawks selecting him over Ivan Demidov.
Yeah, and T. Jagilna, I believe that same draft.
Levchinov is a Series 1 Young Guns, so he'll be out next week as well. And then last guy is our guy Zeev Bium. Our guy Zeev made the Wild roster.
Yep.
Zoom Bium. Should we just do that for the rest of the show?
No, I think we should stop.
I don't want to.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right, he made the roster and will make his debut tonight. He's penciled, Louis, on the second pairing with Wild Captain Jared Spurgeon. And also
Yeah.
could see time in the Wild's first power play unit. Big role for a rookie.
Did well in preseason on the power play.
He did. He is much better offensively than defensively. So that's where he needs to improve. Had a couple of hiccups there. And while he did debut in the playoffs, he missed the cutoff for Series 1. So he'll either be a Series 2 or extended Young Guns.
That's fine.
So there's some more rookies that will make their debuts, but those are kind of the big ones that I wanted to run through.
Okay.
Good work.
Okay. New product release is brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner Mint Inc. If you are a Canadian collector, you can get your 24-25 Ultimate Collection hobby boxes right now at Mint Inc. Either in their store in Vaughan or online at mintinc.ca. You can hunt those shields, maybe get that $225,000 bounty from Grant. Remember, Mint Inc. can ship to anywhere in Canada. You don't have to leave the house to get your hands on the newest products. $229 Canadian for Ultimate at Mint Inc., which is a great price, by the way, because I looked it up at like in the US at Dave & Adams, and it was $205 US.
Whoa. Why the big
Yeah.
price discrepancy?
I don't know, but Mint Inc. for the win. Let's go.
Yeah, good job, Johnny. Wow.
Yeah, good job, Johnny and team at Mint Inc. Also, they've arranged, every Canada company's got to do this now because your postal strike. They've arranged for alternate shipping due to the Canada Post strike, so don't worry. You won't get any issues getting your boxes delivered. And then remember, too, like maybe at this such attractive price, you'd like to donate a box of Ultimate to Rip Party. If you go on to mintinc.ca, use the code RIPPARTY, RIPPARTY. You'll save 10% on the box. And then if you choose in-store pickup, you can buy the box, donate it to Rip Party. They will just set it aside in your name and your honor. And then easy peasy done. And that code works on any hobby box. It's just not Ultimate if you'd prefer a different box there. Lastly, too, I think I saw another reel that Johnny did. They're still growing. They're looking for good people to join their team. So if you've ever wanted or desired a career change, maybe to the hobby you love, go to their website, mintinc.ca, and look at the positions that they are hiring. Okay.
What are they? What positions are they hiring?
A lot.
Go to
I think there's like
Mint.ca and check them out.
Well, I'm on a podcast right now, Louis. I can't do that.
Sure you can. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I think there's like 6 or 7. Like there's
Really?
many.
I could be a counter person. And yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm done with that. I don't want to deal with the public.
You're more good for like the back.
Yeah,
room.
yeah. I'm a sorta.
I
am an exporter, importer.
Importer, exporter.
Oh, look, it's DiMario.
We'll have you file those TPS reports.
Yeah, they're on your desk, Lumberg.
Yeah, we riffed pretty good there. I'm proud of us,
Oh, good.
especially me, who doesn't know any reference. You guys are more the reference people. Ultimate. Let's talk about the ultimate and some
need our
shield
specialist.
hunting. We can't do that though without our resident degenerate wax opener, California Dave, who is coming back to join. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Degenerate right here.
Yeah, you put it all in, man.
The
You're-
I like
DG.
degen. I don't like the word degenerate because it sounds very degenerative. I like the word degen. It's more like bro science, you know?
What's
I
up,
like
Double
it.
D?
I like
Oh,
my
he's Double
wax,
D
you
doing.
know.
Mhm.
Gotta have me them wax.
These sets are coming fast and furious, Dave.
I know.
Another one.
My bank account is plummeting right now, but that's
Your
okay.
bank account? Yeah.
My bank account.
I'm glad somebody else on the show does that. No, not just me. Phew.
I can't talk well.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is.
Okay, so you're gonna preview 24-25 Ultimate. You've opened some boxes. You have a video up on the Hockey Cards Gongshow YouTube channel where
Yes.
you ripped said boxes and went through the set. So maybe we'll do a little bit of a different highlight here. So let's start with what's your preconceptions, or what were you, are you an Ultimate fan to begin with? Is this something you were looking forward to?
Okay, yes. I'm a huge Ultimate fan. So I will say this, Ultimate is a very risky product. Okay, let's start with that, because if you watch maybe a 16 box case get broken, you're probably going to see maybe 2 or 3 good boxes, maybe a great box, and the rest are ho-hum, correct?
Mhm.
Oh, no.
But for the price point of 200 USD, you have a chance at hitting shield cards. You don't have to pay
Yeah.
$1,000 for a box of the cup to hit a shield. You can hit them at a $200 price point. So that is what the main draw, and I think the main excitement for Ultimate is people that don't have the budget to buy the cup and want to go after a shield, that once in a lifetime chance of hitting that card. You have the opportunity in Ultimate.
I have a follow-up question about this, and I'm interested for all your guys' perspective. Part of me totally like buys into that and looks at the number of the box, but if you peel back the onion even one layer, and then you get to the fact that there's 4 cards in Ultimate,
Mm.
I don't know if that's the right way to evaluate a box price, right? Because at $50 US a card, you can make the argument, right, that it's a pretty spendy box
Mhm.
at that point.
It's $50 a card.
Yeah, or does it matter? Like, if say there was 8 cards and there was like 3 base cards, does that do anything for you anyway? So, I mean, does it bother you, I guess, that Ultimate only has 4 cards in it?
It doesn't bother me. It probably bothers other people, but for me, it doesn't really bother me because I'm not a person who likes a lot of fluff in products. I kind of like just to get to the meat on the bone kind of guy. So, which is why I like Clear Cut, because Clear Cut, it's just give me the card that's the box hit. Just make a 1 card box. And so I don't have to go through the fluff. It's just what it is. So in Ultimate, generally speaking, you're going to have 1 base card. Sometimes it doesn't have a number, sometimes it does. You're going to hit some kind of mem card. So it's going to be, like a jersey, or a lot of times I'll have like a quad jersey or quad patch or something like that. There are some really nice jersey cards that you can hit, really nice patch cards you can hit. And then you also are going to have 2 autographs in the box. So if you compare it to something like Platinum, you're paying more for 1 autograph and then 4 or 5 numbered cards. So you're basically trading in those numbered cards for an extra autograph card and a mem card. So
Some platinum boxes you get 2 autographs, Dave, but the box is it's a constellation prize. That's kind of like, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
apology not accepted.
I have also seen 3 autograph boxes in Ultimate this year. So I've seen
No
it.
kidding.
Yeah. So Grant's
Plugs
opened
or,
up a
like-
few boxes that have had 3 auto boxes. So
Like
Jeez.
no superstars though, but if it's 3 autos or some, yeah.
none that I've seen where there's been
Okay.
a amazing auto in with the
Yeah.
other autos. But yeah, there are 3 auto boxes.
This is the biggest chase product, I would think. Like O-Pee-Chee cardboard's a collector's product. Parker's Champion's a collector's. Allure, a little bit of both, but I think more collector. This is a chase product, right?
This is you're chasing shields. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, it's really nice to hit a Michkov or a Celebrini patch auto, and those are in there. But the thing that people are going after are the shields. And let me add, there is one very, very significant shield this year that is very exciting, and that is the Wayne Gretzky. There's
Oh, I thought you were going to
Wayne-
say Zeev Bium.
I
What's
thought
that?
it was LaFontaine Medano.
No, I thought you were going to say Zeev Bium, but that's what would be next year's product. But
No, it would be
yeah,
the Wayne.
the Wainer. That is a big card. Okay, key question.
Yes.
I laugh when saying this because it would never happen to any of us. But each of us opens a box of Ultimate, and let's say you hit the Wayne Shield.
Woo.
Are you cashing that in to Grant for $225K, or are you keeping that puppy?
Me personally, I'm keeping it.
Oh, you're keeping it, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
but you're
yeah.
rich. You're rich.
Well,
and it's-
okay. So here's the thing. I think I would keep it for a little bit just to enjoy the card, but I think I'd be so nervous to own that card. It's almost like a card you have to have a safety deposit box for. You can't
No,
just
you
like
have to
throw
have
that in your
PCI.
safe.
You have to call up Enzo Ferrari. You're
Yeah.
good.
I would just leave it at Enzo's office. Be like, here, insure it. It's not my problem anymore. It's yours.
Exactly. I feel like I would have to enjoy it a little bit, but also at the same time, I look at that card not to throw any shade at Grant, but I'm like, I don't know. It seems like that's a high. There's a higher price tag for that card. I think it's such a
Really?
significant card. I think that card goes for more.
That's why he wants it for that price.
I believe so. I mean, if you want the for sure deal, if you want to take a gamble and throw it up on one of the auction houses or Slab Sharks or something,
No,
you
I
might
wouldn't do
get
that.
less. But man, I don't know that type of card seems like a card that the big boys, the boys that aren't even necessarily hockey collectors, are going to be hit up and go after.
It's simple.
That's my feeling.
I'd get store credit with Grant. Take the card. You don't even have to give me cash. Give me store credit.
That's a lot of store. I mean, that's store credit for like the rest of your life.
I would get a green PMG Gretzky. Boom. I would get something like that. I would finish off my 2012 Fleer retro inserts. That card could buy you 50 bangers.
That card
like
can
10
buy you a
iconic
house.
cards.
It can buy you a house.
I'm going to live in Josh's basement. I don't need a house.
Do you think I could trade that card for all the EX2000?
Yes. Yes, you could, Josh. You could you could still have 190,000 left over.
If you wait like another year, you might not even need to trade anything for all of Grant's leftover boxes. He might just give them to you for free. Just get them out. Get them out of here.
Yeah, what? Back the truck in, Josh. Okay,
Exactly.
Phil, here you go. Yeah.
Who will have the last laugh? Who has 2000s is going to get the last laugh? This guy. Right here, right here, right here.
That's like saying the guy who has the Pro Set Stanley Cup hologram has the last laugh. He just had to wait 40 years. Like, I have the last laugh. 40 years I've been waiting for this for $1,000 card.
I like my cards.
All right.
Baba Louie, what are you doing?
Selling it yesterday.
That was another Baba Louie hobby hot take.
Got him.
Well, I knew it was coming at some point.
How is this? And how is it? Well, we should mention too that you got the hit of your lifetime from a box of Ultimate, right?
What? It was clear cut.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, the
yes.
Swayman for Dave. Yeah.
Yes. So in 21-22 product, I bought a half case. So I bought 8 boxes and I was opening it, and about 3 boxes in, I hit a Moritz Seider rookie auto card. And I remember Chandler telling me, that's the case hit. Sell the rest of the boxes. And I was like, no, I'm going to open them. I bought it to open these boxes.
Good man. Good man.
Oh, he tried to torpedo you.
Yeah, that's not cool. Good thing you followed up with that. I'd be like,
So yeah, 2 boxes later, I hit the rookie Swayman Shield Auto. So,
and you held on to that for quite some time, and you made Matt sweat, and it worked out really well in your favor.
It did. Good. I got what I wanted for it, and I was very happy, and Matt was very happy to add that card to his collection.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the design this year? A little more colorful, from my estimation.
Yeah, it is a little bit more colorful, but I like it. It's still really clean. One thing I want to mention, the what card is it? It's the Ultimate Emblems. That's the card that they had a lot of problems with the streaky autos. It was like the fat pen, and it was like all mushed and blurry and streaky. And like you pull one of those and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? So they changed the card design. They changed the auto on that. And it's nice and clean. Everything looks really good with that card design. So they fixed that.
Can you show it? Do you have one in front of you?
Yeah, here's one right
here.
Sick.
Nice, Steve. Always prepared. Ooh, that's shiny. Oh, I like that, brother.
This is the gold version. So this is out of 99. So these are the cards that are actually my least favorite card design, because if you're going to hit a fat card, you want there to be a patch in the card. So this is like the fat card that's kind of like a fake out. It doesn't actually have a patch. It just has this like, silvery.
Yeah, I had a heck of a time with that, Dave, on the checklist, because technically Upper Deck considers that a memorabilia card. And I'm like, is it really memorabilia?
There's no memorabilia in
an
it.
auto card. No,
it's
technically,
not.
because it has a metal memorabilia piece.
What's the metal from?
The metal's just metal. It's not anything.
Doesn't memorabilia mean from I have no
And
idea.
the back
but-
of the card just says, "Congratulations, you've gotten an autograph." It doesn't say anything about memorabilia.
Does it look like a little trophy badge? Like, when you win a little trophy, it's got a little engravement. Is that what it kind of looks like?
So here's
Yeah.
the non-gold version. So it's just the silver.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are there like a
Interesting.
million holes punched out on those cards?
Like they aerated the card and needs the
Oh
seeds to.
yeah, it is. It's like indented. Those holes in it,
Yeah.
they're very minor dimples.
Can you see through it, like all the way through?
No, it's very shallow. It's like you can barely feel it even.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's indented. The like metal plate part.
Yeah.
Do you know if you could shrink planet Earth into, like, let's say a tennis ball, and you ran your fingers over it, you would feel no grooves. That's how small planet Earth is. Isn't that crazy? Like, you wouldn't feel the ocean, you wouldn't feel the mountains. It would be a perfectly smooth ball. Isn't that wild?
Oh.
Did you learn that on Animal Planet or where'd you learn that?
No, I learned that about 3 days ago on Atlas Encyclopedia on YouTube. Yeah.
Nice.
You said smooth ball.
A
That's what
smooth ball. Yeah.
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 like his head.
Yeah.
What else stands out to you about Ultimate Collection? Like how would you go back to 2021 and the sets that have come subsequently? How do you rate this one to, is it your most favorite, least favorite, somewhere in the middle?
I will say the price point is higher. I remember that like 21, 22, I believe the boxes that I bought, they were more in like the $150 range USD.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And so the one disadvantage or the one thing, the negative that I've taken from the product this year is I feel like the price point is a lot higher than it should be. It should just be around. I don't see any difference where I can justify the extra $50 per box. It's the same content, other than maybe they're beefing it up because everyone's excited about possibly hitting a Gretzky shield. But I mean, I don't feel like the price point should be as high as it is.
Did you catch the Mint Ink part where we were giving them a little shout out and the price difference? I mean, I think that it's because 229 Canadian is
Like
that's like
180
what,
here.
160? Yeah, like
I
one.
think
So it's more
70,
expensive
180.
here.
Yeah,
get the shaft.
I feel like Canadians are getting a better deal on this one for sure.
Finally. Get a raw deal on everything else.
Do you plan to buy more boxes, or is this a fun rip for you, or what's your strategy?
My strategy, I'm not planning on buying more boxes, but I know
A lot of stuttering there, Green.
No.
I
don't
know, I know come Expo, I know come hanging out with my bros at the chateau, you can almost guarantee I will be opening a box or two of this product. So yeah, no, I'm not done.
You
What's
have
the
a
next-
reputation to live up to now.
What's that?
You have a reputation to live up to now.
Oh, my degen
Yeah.
part of my reputation.
Well, it
I
is
know.
better priced in Canada, so there you go.
You know what's really funny about this is I've done a really good job at doing better at buying so much wax, and now I'm opening wax for review, so I'm back to my dirty ways. So
There you go.
What you don't know is that Phil, Louis, and I got together and we created like there's like secret projects, right? Like the Manhattan Project.
Mhm.
This is the Degen Project to bankrupt Dave.
yeah, that makes
That's,
sense.
That's horrible.
I'm
I
feeling it.
don't know. I that sounded really mean. Bankrupt Dave. He's got 5 kids.
Yeah. He's
Ah,
He's trying to
right.
kick out of the house.
He's fine. He's fine.
I only have to buy one car this week, so I'm good.
Yeah.
oh, ouch.
Yeah. We lost one in our fleet this week, so
Fleet.
got to.
Are we talking about
Buy
kids
new.
or cards? I've lost.
I have
No, we
like
didn't lose a kid.
I have
don't
like
know.
9. I have like 9 cars in my fleet right now. It's
What?
crazy. Yeah, it's insane.
That's wild.
9 cars. Okay.
Yep.
Baba Louie or Phil, any additional questions on Ultimate Collection for California Dave?
Nope.
I think I said my well, maybe one question. What's the second biggest chase card in Ultimate? Is there one?
Oh, great question.
There's
Ultimate
not a
Phenom?
specific one, but they do have really nice patch autos that are
Mhm.
like very comparable to like Parkhurst or Premier.
Watch
They
your mouth,
have
man.
there's some really nice cards in it besides the shields, but to be honest with you, it's like the shields up here, the next biggest hit is way down here.
It's
So
like 1 to 4. Like it's not. You
Yeah,
don't
'cause-
you don't mean the swatches in Ultimate Rookies, do you?
It's not like in another set where you're like, oh, it has this really cool insert.
Yeah,
that
it's not
is
an
short
insert
print
set.
and everyone's chasing. They don't have that. So
Well,
the next thing you're relying on to basically get some kind of, financial gain would be the rookie patch autos.
Like the Pro Threads is not in there.
Yeah, there's pro threads in there, but they just have your general RPAs that are in there.
they have
They're
yeah,
hard-
they
they-
do have general RPAs, but they're never like referenced as a big card for like can you think of the big McDavid Ultimate patch auto?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're ranking the RPAs per set, Ultimate's going to be down quite a few notches compared to maybe some of the other sets, correct? Because people aren't looking at Ultimate as the product where I'm chasing after my RPAs. They're going to be doing that in some of the other products.
Like Premier's got more cachet than Ultimate for a regular RPA, I would think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that acetate finish. I think it's a nicer looking card.
But it doesn't have the big chase card like the Shield and Ultimate, though. I mean, that's the
It
difference
does not.
right there.
Like I said, this product is all about the shields, and there are a lot of them, and there's a lot of updates. You go back to 2017, there's an update card every single year dating back to 2017, and there are a lot of shield updates. And may I mention, last year, 2023, Adam Fantilli is an update shield.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
also
yeah.
have that one to chase. So a plug for the hockeychecklist.com site. If you are searching for specific shields, go to the checklist, make sure the guy you are going after is even in the checklist. So you got to double check that.
And don't forget, you can write HOF for Hall of Fame. We get that question a lot. HOF for all the Hall of Fame.
I believe this set there are 9 legend, and yes, it does say legend and
Ooh.
it says legend on the
Yeah, but we don't
checklist.
want to bring it to the attention. The Hockey Hall of Fame, one of those old fart stats win. That's
Just
it. It's
great.
over.
Yeah.
But there are 9, and I believe there's a Madonna, Baba Louie. The Madonna is in there.
He has a
He
bounty
already
on it.
he said he's not interested.
I did do a no, don't fall off your chair. The first one was an accident. This was my second ever break, but I got a killer deal on the Devils, so I had to take it. But I got a base Jack Hughes out of $2.99. At least I got something though.
Hey,
Holy
you
cow!
got
There's a lot of
something,
teams that got 0
Yeah.
in a. It was a $8 case.
Do they have that
Yeah.
signature masterpieces? Isn't that Ultimate too? The some look okay and some don't.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Signature
that one's there,
masterpieces
yeah.
are also.
I'm
So that
remembering
is
stuff. Kind of cool.
actually that is a really nice looking card. That's got like the gold trim around the edge with the nice gold auto. It's kind of got an artsy
Different.
look to the picture. I actually really like the signature masterpieces cards.
It's like a poor man's chronology from back in the day. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was adding some additional photos to the checklist on hockeychecklist.com. Thank you for bringing that up, Dave.
You're welcome.
And there is a card though that I was kind of blown away by when I saw the image this morning. There is a jumbo patch card. I think they're very low numbered. And on Upper Deck's gallery, there was an AM34. Sorry, Phil, but it was normally Maple Leafs patches are boring, but this was ridiculous. I mean, it was so that one could be a banger too.
Yeah. They do have really nice size patches on some of the cards. So there is more than just the shields. There
They have
really
jumbo
is,
patches.
but it's not. There's not like a second tier card. It's more like the next one's like a 4 tier.
Don't they have their Ultimate Rookie jumbo patch, or is that Premier? I'm pretty sure that's Ultimate.
Maybe. Does
I
size
believe
matter?
so. They say the girls say it does. It's not size that matters, how you use it. It's like, yeah, okay, keep lying to my buddy. I know he's a nice guy.
All right, Dave. Well, you want to hang out for personal pickups and make
Sure.
fun of our. Okay.
Yeah,
Do
I
you have
got a
anything-
few. I
Oh,
got a
yeah,
few
well,
from
sure.
Saskatoon. I got some big ones. So
Nice. Okay.
yeah,
Well, you want to go first?
Yeah.
sure. You guys are already
right.
there. You
Yeah,
ready?
Show us what you got.
All right. All right. I'm going to show 2 that were mailed to Carter to avoid tariffs. And then I'll show the 2 that I picked up. So this is one of them.
Oh, what a card.
So this is the Sorokin Exquisite Collection rookie patch auto out of 25. And this is from his rookie year. So this is not a tribute. This is the actual rookie card.
So auto looks
Yep.
like a Bedsy auto.
That was one. This is the clear cut
Ooh.
silver outburst Wayne Gretzky auto out of 25.
Sexy.
This card is amazing. And we're just going to forget that I spent an extra $150 to ship it to Canada by accident.
I love
Don't
love
tell
that
Rebecca.
card. When it was funny though when we showed it, Jeremy Lee came to the house to hang out,
Yeah.
and we showed it to Jeremy, and he's like, "Nah, don't
He's
like
like,
it."
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it.
funny.
Well, that's cool. Like that's why the hobby's so great, because a card that a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that card's amazing. You
Mhm.
meet seasoned collectors, you're like, whatever. Not that
He liked
great.
my cards the most, except he also hated my card the most, right? The Gretzky Pro Visions. He's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, what? He
It
was
is like
obsessed
not a
with it.
good picture of Wayne when you look at
It doesn't bother me. I like it's silly. I needed a 1 extra card for my TLBG silly page spread, so that was it.
Okay.
This one I posted today on
Oh,
Instagram. This card is amazing. This is the super
Yes.
rookie, the tribute super rookie patch auto of Sid Necros.
does that card go
Amazing.
into your top 10 favorite cards like right away?
Right away.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would think so.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
incredible, man. When I
And
saw
as Jeremy pointed out, it is a 3-color patch.
what?
There's like
Mhm.
white, like
Liver.
way underneath.
That's
go
so
on.
I'm like,
That's
well,
so weak.
yeah,
That's because he's tall. He can see more.
yeah, I think so.
I don't think that's how it works.
That doesn't work that way. It works in my head.
And then my favorite card from the show that I picked up from our good buddy Sam is
Oh,
this
yeah!
beauty right here. This
Yeah,
one is
that's a big one.
amazing. So this is from the cup. This is a Wayne Gretzky Luke Robitaille jersey auto with the what is this? Is this threads? Is that what they're called or whatever? I don't know. It doesn't even say on the front of the card. But
Wash it in cold water.
the autograph
yeah.
is on the jerseys, which generally I don't like, but
Mhm.
this one works because the autograph is on the solid part of the jersey, the gray part. So it doesn't overlap onto like the black and white.
And the ink doesn't seem to bleed out as much as some of the others.
Yeah, the ink is
You know?
really strong on both
Yeah,
of
it's-
these. And
It's
so
central.
very good.
Did you
So-
guys see like in the green room with Brian Trottier in Saskatoon when he was back there and we got to hang out, which was like crazy. But
Mhm.
and this makes sense. I just never really thought of it. How they just sign numbers and then they affix the signed number to the jersey after.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, wow, that's
Mhm.
I had
They
no
don't-
idea.
cool.
Yeah, they don't sign the jersey.
Oh. Interesting.
Whoa. What?
So
They
they
don't
have the
s-
number,
Oh,
but they
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
sewed on yet.
Yeah,
they
they're
just
just
sign it.
Cool.
and then
Oh,
they
didn't know
sew
that.
it onto the jersey after. So I never knew that.
That's
Anything
great.
else?
So could I just buy a number then and not a jersey? I feel like that'd be a lot cheaper.
Probably not.
I just want Wayne on 1-9. That's it. I don't want Gretzky in the second 9. I just want Wayne 1-9.
You don't want his last name. You just want him to sign Wayne.
Okay, fine. I'll take Gretzky in 1-9, and then it'll be obvious who it is. It's probably Brent, son of a. All right.
Okay.
My first.
Phil, yeah.
What do I got here? Oh, on one shot. Oh, well, we could talk about the ugly Gretzky that Jeremy Lee despised, even though he loved the rest of my cards. But he said he didn't understand what I was doing with that. It is a pretty ugly card, but I like Game of Thrones stuff, and that kind of looks throny.
Oh, is that
It's
the
a-
Provision
Thrones.
Gretzky?
Yeah, the
That he
Provision.
didn't
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's silly. I like it. And I also I'm not a big collector's choice guy. The orange card, and I'm not a big fan of Gretzky and the Rangers unless I really like the card, and that's what brings us to the card I bought. I love that orange. It's got a little sunburst behind his butt there, and I like the crash thing. It's a cool card. I don't know much about it.
I thought you
And
hated collector's choice.
I do, but I like this card. So
Okay.
I sometimes when I don't like a person, they say things that make sense, and I'm like, crap, I like what they said, but I don't like the human. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh,
And the
so
middle
smart.
card, is I needed to upgrade my Gretzky 88-89 O-Pee-Chee because it's pretty banged up in my top loader binder. I've had that card. I think I got that for Christmas when I was like 14 or something. And yeah, so I needed an upgrade, and I got a really good deal. I got the orange collector's choice card for $25. I bought the 88-89 O-Pee-Chee for I believe 80, which you might think I'm overpaying, but that card is crisp. I love it. I'm gonna crack it right out. And I got the Provisions for like $50, I think $55.
Are we going to get to see Phil's cracking service on Friday?
Yeah, maybe we should, Dave, because
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think we
release.
should.
I have to do my Saskatoon video of my releases, my pickups, and there's some big bangers in there. So I'm gonna release that on Sunday. So why not
I
crack
don't know
some of
about
the
that.
cards?
We have too many Dave videos to get to.
No, I talked to Dave. No, listen, he takes my Wednesday. I at least keep my Sunday. Yeah. Wednesday's release day. So Dave, you can have Wednesdays. Sunday.
I'm
my
pushing
videos
you
come
out, Phil. I'm pushing you out.
You
Too
will do
many
no such thing.
videos.
You will
Too
do no
many
such thing.
videos.
Yeah, people like review videos more than just silly. That's okay. I just need to spread my wings.
No, your videos are awesome. I can't
thanks,
wait.
buddy. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Is
you
that
guys
what
talking about your
Josh
last
wanted
Did we
card?
to
talk about your knee?
Yeah.
My knee?
Your
I didn't-
knee. Your Guy Lafleur.
Your Gila Fleur, you ding dong.
My
You didn't
knee?
even talk about it. Your card that it's
I do
sitting on-
boxing. I don't do jujitsu.
Oh God.
Let's just move it right along. Anyway,
Your
Gila Fleur auto card that you didn't even mention.
You didn't even mention it.
Anywho.
Fleur. No, I didn't get a Gila Fleur. Quiet, Dave.
Oh, you're not talking
Phil,
about
you sent
it.
it
Okay,
to
I
him.
got
It
you.
was
I
on the
got
you
you.
gave it
It's
to
right
me.
on the screen. It's not like people aren't using their eyeballs.
Oh, I had a win. I had the show notes because Josh told me to follow along. I didn't see the card. Okay, yeah, I got that Gila Fleur. That's the best card on the screen. Yeah, I love it. It's I'm gonna crack that out too. I'll crack all 4 of these on Friday nights with Phil. Yeah, that's just
who
a
wants
Gila
a Gem
Fleur.
Mint 10. Nobody wants that.
Gives a crap. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's going right in my new Gila Fleur binder.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be collecting Gila Fleur, and he's in the Quebec, and I think he put the autograph perfectly where it could be placed, and he signs incredibly consistently, just like Wayne. So I'm a big fan.
That's an in-person auto card. That card.
That's an in-person auto card, correct? So I'm just gonna crack it. I'm gonna keep the tag. I don't really care if I ever sell it, which I won't, but that way it'll just make someone who's judging the card. I'll show them my receipt.
That was a
and
weird
maybe
way
he didn't.
to authenticate. Like they didn't even authenticate the card. You see that? It's just trading card.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. Yeah,
But we know it's a real card. You wouldn't fake that card. So
well, that card deserves to be freed from its prison. So yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for Baba Louie.
Sure. Yeah, we'll bring it down to the cheapies here.
It's not
A
cheeky.
2020-21 SP Signature Edition Legends Madonna. I had this nice young gentleman chasing me all over the show to
Yeah.
get rid of this card.
I didn't know you picked it up. Congrats, man.
Yeah,
I told the
man.
kid I didn't think you were gonna buy it. I was like, dude, you could charge him $150. Louis not gonna
You're
buy
right.
it. And you're like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, what?
Yeah. We had a little I don't know, buying selling lessons for a couple days, and I ended up getting the card from the kid. I knew I was going to end up with it. I had to. Not saying I had to take it from him, but he wanted to move it. I could tell. And then
You're the motivated seller.
motivated. And then just a couple I don't know what you would call these.
Say
Stuff
it.
you just don't see every day, especially here in the States. This older insert stuff. The first one's 96-97 Flare Blue Ice Collection.
No, it's a Flare.
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 It's a Flair Blue Ice collection out of 250 Madonna.
Thank
And
you.
then I snagged 05 Pacific Madonna jersey. And I think it's out of something, but I can't find the damn card. So
Ooh.
it's
You
around
got
here
that
somewhere.
Pacific from Lee, eh? Jay Lee?
And the Flair.
Oh, okay.
The what?
You heard me.
Are you sure it's not in Phil's pocket? Because Phil likes to put cards in his back pocket and then sit
That's
on
gross.
them. And
I forgot it was in there.
All right. High roller time.
Oh, it's high.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show two of the cards that I got. Very excited for my good friend Sam Genova to get the 2012 Fleer Retro Wayne Gretzky Noise Boys. The boys,
Noise
the
Boys.
boys. Noise Boys.
Basketball card.
It's not. It's a
Wow.
hockey card.
Yeah, it's an amazing hockey card. It's got thunder in it. It's coming out of his butt. He's got thunder coming out of his butt.
He's got thunder coming out the butt.
Yeah. I'd rather
it's
the
pretty
sunset
amazing.
on my card. Yeah.
So this is a card that Sam had at the National, and I was on a money at the time, and I said, please, please, please save it for the expo. But then I found out he was coming to Saskatoon and picked it up there. And then I came across the Joe Sakic, who I don't collect unless he is a Noise Boys, and for my favorite set of all time, and in the Nordiques uniform. And that card is all sorts of amazing, in my opinion. So I was very happy to pick that one up too.
Yeah.
did we all pick up cards from Sam? Sam, like,
No.
No.
oh, just not Baba Louie.
I can't afford his stuff. Are you nuts?
Yeah, he's pricey. Yeah. Sorry,
High
Sam. I
roller.
love you. You're not pricey. You're very reasonable.
Hey,
Healthily priced.
No. Sam. He takes care of us. He's very,
He
very
does.
good.
I
We wouldn't
got
be
actually
making fun of him if he
deal.
didn't. Yeah.
So that would be unfair to say he's pricey.
No,
Well,
that's a bad way to say that. He's just got good itchy.
yeah, I feel like maybe, yeah. You know, we always get Phil, you okay there?
Yeah. Sorry.
We always get Steve Angel. Although I did get Steve Angel somehow, and he wasn't even selling cards. I don't know how that happened, but
Oh, I
Yeah,
got.
I
Steve
can't wait
Angel.
to talk about that one.
Do we need to? I don't.
At
I
some
think we already
point.
did on our last show, didn't we?
Did we tell
Oh.
the truth though?
did we share the story? I don't think
We're
we shared
done.
the story. We
Wrap
shared it with
it up.
Jeremy Lee.
Long story
the
short, I
truth.
don't have a seismic old Crosby. That's all that matters. So
If you
You
like
can't
the
handle the
episode,
Blue Surge, Blue Surge.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
card.
Oh, hey Phil,
What?
do you have fun?
funniest part of the whole show.
I guess. You know what I don't like? People at Saskatoon like, Phil. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? They're like, you having fun? I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. I don't know what to say to that. I'm like, yeah, are you? I don't care. I was the worst. Flabbergastic did it too. I was worried his kid was gonna do it next. Yeah. You having fun, Phil? I'm like, nah.
If you
Anyway.
like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, if you love California Dave and his degenerate ways, or DGen, as Phil likes to call it, and you want to support us, you want to chat with us, all of us, we're on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server. Please consider a $5 donation. Join our $9.99 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, our Instagram, TikTok profiles, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or just go to Patreon, patrun.com, and search for us. We're the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gong Show podcast is a production of Dollar Box Ventures LLC. Hockey is back. Enjoy the games. We're all making the playoffs at this point. Baba Louie, you know what to do.
See you bye.
No. I'm not ending until you do it for real.
I'll do it.
No, it's got to be Baba Louie. We're not ending. We will sit here for.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth. He's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say the minute show.
I got a little package.